Hello. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Sweetie, I am finally doing something I've been waiting to do all day. I'm so excited to get this braid outside and to take my ass to bed. But I did just want to show my face and say, hey, kick it with y'all for a sec. See what's up. See what's up. See what's going on, what the haps are. Damn, y'all. Damn. You know when you leave the cast on the hair a little too long and it gets crunchy? Start breaking. Tragedy. Anyways, I hope all are well. I hope folks are taking it as easy as motherfucking possible. It has been so cold outside. It has been demonic. But today, finally, the sun showed its face, but it's cold as fuck again tonight. So, I'm sad. Shay, it's been forever. Trilly. I'm glad we're locking eyes. Not tomorrow, but Wednesday. With bells on. And I'm glad I'm seeing you. I didn't want to reach out to you before I knew. Because we've been talking a lot. But I ain't been saying a lot. So I want to be like, all right, okay? Noe, hey boo, how you doing? Let me find out you got some paletas, some paleterias. Paletas? How do you say it? Someone help me. Oh my God, Vinny, no. Vinny, why are you bringing up my feet? Stop. I swear you was in that last live. You bringing up old shit and I don't like that. Not you have a memory. Like, hell no. Hell no. I need to soak my feet, honestly, so bad. Like, it's terrible. Like, I don't even got feet. I'm calling them shits clodhoppers at this point. Babe, I'm doing my best. I'm glad I did not give this sweater away because, baby, she a little cozy. She's not as big as I thought she would be. I thought she would be much, much bigger, but baby, it turns out it fits my backs, my belly, and a little bit of my coochie, but not enough for it to be a dress. Depressing. I feel like a sweater dress is just chef's kiss. But if you can't cover the coochie, like, I mean, you could do a legging. Like, don't get me wrong, I could do a legging, but you know how to poom poom bust out the legging with certain sweaters, and I just don't want to have a poom poom bust out the legging moment. I'm just kind of good. I'm trying to keep my pussy tucked. Honestly, it's too cold out here for that. Can't do it. Actually, I'm crying, Chuck. Do you want to buy me a chair? Because you bringing that up is really great. And also, you assuming my chair is bad. Very fascinating. But you know what, though? I'm never going to look a blessing in the mouth. All right? If there's a blessing coming, let me know. Okay. Okay. Whoa. A lot of weird people in here. I don't need you to sell me a chair. I just need someone to send me some money for a chair, okay? If we're worried about my chair, we're worried about me having a bacchiotomy. We're worried about me potentially needing a bacchiotomy. Yeah. If you're very worried about my backs, if you're worried about my mini backs, yeah, I'm gonna actually require that you buy me a chair. Would I rather be half my height or twice my age? Bro. It's a great question, but I don't know. I feel like wisdom is nice. It'd be cool to have more wisdom, right? But if I was like 3 feet tall, I could really like do so much. Like, again, I'm not thinking of nothing good to do at that height, but there's just so many things I could get away with. I feel like it's so many pranks I could do. Like, it's the way that, like, if I was like under 4 feet tall, it's the way I would pretend to be a ghost all the time. Like, I would dead ass have a white sheet and just be like rolling through like for no fucking reason. I know it's childish. I don't care, bitch. Again, if I'm that short, I'm doing a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of things I never thought about. I'm crying. You got some chairs from dumpster diving. I'm definitely not going to give you my address, but thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer, truly. If you would like to sniff my chair, it's gonna be $5,000. It's gonna be $5,000. Absolutely, and you can just send the money right there in the top. That's going to be great for me. Thank you. Thank you. Right, 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 right. Like I literally, like I'm going into a pool with a costume, like a shark costume on. Like, bitch, I'm pretending to be every animal ever. Like I'm literally getting a cheetah costume. I'm gonna act a fool. Like I'm like, don't let me be 3 feet tall, sweetie. Cause it's the way. Whoa, it's the way I would be like using a shopping cart as a skateboard. Like it's the way I would have no fear, bitch. I'll be zooming around that bitch all the time. I'm having fun. I'm not gonna shave my hair for $25. That's ridiculous. I appreciate you for being ridiculous though. I needed that tonight. I sound like your dad. Your dad probably sounds sexy as hell. Tell your dad I said what up. Ask your dad if he's trying to get wifed. Name a footballer for an edit. I don't know football. I don't know sports. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm noticing that there's not $1 that's been sent to me. I've noticed that. I've noticed a lot of people saying money and there's not $1 being sent to me. I'm noticing that. Here's my thing. If I'm 3 feet tall, sweetie, I'm gonna be so fucking for real. Like, I'm definitely gonna find someone tall to be my sidekick. I just feel like that's what it's gotta be. Like I gotta find me a sidekick. That's just that on that. I'm crying. I'm crying. Jasmine, you're funny as hell. I don't know. I feel like YouTube is trying to push the algorithm. Um, Listen, you can send money up at the top. There's literally a button to send money. No, I'm not going to cut my hair for no money, friend. I'm not. It's not gonna work. Not broken fat pick a struggle. I'm screaming. But you're watching someone broken fat. What are you? I'm screaming. No, I just feel like if I'm that short, I'm riding in a backpack. Like let's be real. Like someone's putting me in a fucking papoose, bitch. Like I'm gonna be riding in a sling. Ain't no way. I'm gonna sleep in a hammock and shit. Like there's no like I'm not living a regular life like the rest of y'all no more, bitch. I'm doing some different shit. Someone's gonna carry me on their neck. Like I'm just saying, like I'm literally about to be a goofy ass like little silly bitch. Like low key, as a tall person, I'm actually very jealous of short people. Like I really wish I could be fucking short. And I know my whole life people are like, "You're so tall, you're so tall," and it's like, sure, but I have to feel rain first, bitch. I'm tired. I'm the bitch that knows it's raining first. Short people, y'all don't know what's going on just yet. Y'all don't know what's happening just yet. All of a sudden, on my ass. Um, No, Deirdre, tell me more. Is there a website that you read the story on, or is it on Twitter? Let me know, cause I'm gonna find it. Also, sidebar, I feel like I'm about to get dragged soon. Just want to put that out there. I feel a drag coming because I kind of like, I want to be super candid about my intentions because I feel like some folks may not feel me. And honestly, I would appreciate honest feedback. Like, if people think that what I did was whack, like, please tell me. But personally, I feel like it's an important thing to have done. Not me necessarily interrupting the space, but more so like me just like acknowledging, like, you know, anyways, and again, I don't expect everyone to be on my side. I don't expect everyone to hear me, or not necessarily hear me, but I don't expect everyone to like feel the same way I do, honestly. So I'm just trying to put that out there. Baby Ethernet, I love you. I hope you're having a good night, boo. On TikTok and Twitter, thank you for telling me. I mean, being tall, like it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing, but it's like whoa, I just feel like people also like when you're tall, people also think you're older when you're young. Why do I have Christmas lights? My boyfriend thought that was cute, so he a Libra. You know how they are. They gotta put a little zhuzh in something. Any shows I'm into right now? Honestly, I hate to tell y'all this, but I'm getting sucked back into Teen Mom. I'm getting sucked back in, bitch. Oh my god, it's bad, bitch. I'm on the Reddit. I'm on the Reddit, bitch. I'm on the Reddit. I'm getting sucked in, bitch. Ooh. I'm just getting sucked the fuck in. It's eating me up. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I know. I know. I could feel my brain rotting and shit. And then on top of it, it's like, bitch, the show is actually really terrible. Like, the show is actually really fucking bad. It's not a good show. Ugh. It's just like pure abuse, honestly. Like, and it's like watching it now, I'm like, whoa. Like, the fact that I used to watch this shit, leave me alone. I have a pot of food. Go away from me. Leave me alone, bitch. Leave me alone. I ain't doing no dishes. I ain't washing no plates. Leave me be. Or pretend it's a bowl. Pretend it's a bowl. Pretend it's a bowl. Pretend it is a bowl. Listen, I made a meatloaf. Baby. When I found out you could put any bread in the meatloaf, sweetie, I put some potato bread in this bitch. Mm. And then I steamed some broccoli because I'm healthy. I just knew y'all were gonna drag me. But yeah, I put bacon in this shit, some potato bread, an egg, green onion. Oh my god, it is so good. My god. Listen, don't listen. I'm gonna show the broccoli again. It's healthy. Listen, if y'all wanna come wash some dishes at my house, y'all could. Y'all could. And then I put some motherfucking honey mustard barbecue on top of that, bitch. Ooh! And I put cheese in it too, bitch. Oh my god. This meatloaf really don't owe me shit. Very grateful. Abso-fucking-lutely. You see the price of food. The fuck? I know motherfuckers that didn't eat today. It's unfortunate, but it's true. There's people out here that did not eat today. Not a picture. I'm crying. I got an old Alfredo jar. Not the fucking strawberry almost drowned me at the end. That is sad. I'm crying. Absolutely. I'm crying. I'm crying. Why are you so mad at my plate? Like I said, it was meatloaf and some broccoli that I had steamed, and it was good. Ooh, the way the bacon just melted inside of it. Mm, mm. This shit was so fucking good. Wow. Yeah, I know I put it down, but I had to get it back one more time. I had to do one more bite, two more bite, three more bite. I'm crying. Here's my thing. I feel like if I had a pitcher to drink out of, I would. I have this giant jug that we making juice in. And if I could, or if I cared to, I really don't care about making a big juice right now. I'm trying to fucking chill and drink some fucking water. Real talk. What up? Hope you're all doing well. Truly. Not no rice, no potatoes, baby. Baby. I'm trying to think of what I even ate yesterday. Trying to think. I think I made a BLT with guacamole on it. Oh my god, that shit was so fucking good. Ooh. Ooh, and I made some good ass corn, bitch. Low key, this is gonna sound how it sounds, but the secret trick to making good ass corn, add milk. I know you're not gonna believe me, but I'm telling you, a little bit of milk in the corn water. I always put some roasted garlic or some sazon. Today I tried sofrito from the jar de Goya, bitch. The sofrito with the milk and the green onion. Ooh, that corn tasted so good. That corn tasted like meat, bitch. You miss bacon? Oh damn. What about cow bacon? Sidebar on Threads, I posted a link to a bunch of Black farms in my state. If folks are not in Michigan and want to find Black owned farms in their state, reach out. I'll definitely hit you with a link. Um, Milk and butter in the corn, go and do it every time. Right. See, I don't be putting butter in the corn water, but you got me really thinking. Yes, that's the red sofrito with the milk. Bitch, I'm telling you, it was delicious. Mm-mm-mm. The corn tasted like meat. It really did. I promise you. Like, I feel like that would be the perfect corn to do some elotes with. Like, I don't really be eating elotes, but every now and then. Bitch, I do. I do. I love dairy. Like, I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't really be giving a fuck. And my partner accepts me. You know what I mean? Like, some people probably couldn't be doing all this, but my man, no, I'm a fart all day, bitch. I do not care anyways. It's not a website. It's not a website, unfortunately. At this point, if anybody Black wants to make a website for Black farmers, that would be a moment. Consider it. Consider the idea. But right now, it's just been a bunch of Black women compiling. And not to say it's just saying, like, this has been a labor of love from many Black women who have been compiling these lists so that Black people can not only support, but have access to food, that's not being fucked with, because a lot of Black folks have higher standards. Unfortunately, hard to say this, but these white folk, because when I found out they was fucking the turkeys, bitch, it just made me scared to eat meat. I still be eating it, but sometimes I be eating food and I just be like, I hope they ain't fuck this pig, bitch. Like, I know it's sick to say that, but every now and then I'll eat a hamburger and be like, oh my God, I pray that they were kind to this one. I know it's so much. Like, I'll just eat a sandwich. Like, one time I ate a piece of chicken and I swear to God, I was like, ooh, I could taste something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. Like, something happened. Like, sometimes you just taste it in the chicken. I'm done. I know someone's gonna be like, bitch, you're doing the most. I probably fucking am, bitch. I be high. Don't trust me. If there's any in California, absolutely. Word again, hit me up on any account, any messenger. I want to say on Instagram, it's OUIIDFAE Weedfae. I'm lying. I changed it. It's the same name as on here, Nine said. And then my plant website or my plant medicine account is FATB EEEP. And then my Twitter is still at Marfmellow, MARFMELLOW. And on Threads, I'm also Nine Said. And I've been posting more on Threads than anywhere else. I still post on Instagram, I think the most, but Threads is where I really be talking. Not you can taste the chicken's trauma, Antoinette. Like, listen, I can't say for sure. I can't say without a doubt. I can't say like 1000%. Like I'm not gonna say like for sure. But like I definitely feel like I've had some maybe it was just overcooked, you know? I'm open to that being a possibility. I'm open to many possibilities, tortellinis. I'm open to many. Um, Good evening. How are you doing? Oh, Linda, I'm doing my best. How are you doing? Not the animal abuse. I'm crying. Men will be doing things like that and say something about body count. See, that's my not body count, bitch. I'm screaming. Mango, I missed you. Woo. Yes, we be farting. Honeymoon period is over. My thing is this: I'm farting from day one. I don't want to get stuck with a man that's weird because I feel like for like to be super real, like Dane is so scared of me smelling him be stinky, and I love that for me because I feel like for the most part I haven't had like a stanky partner. Like I'm really trying to think. Like no, I mean, mm, no. Mm. Again, I just feel like his energy is like if I take a dookie, like he's spraying, he's lighting incense, like he's an incense guy. He's a parfum guy, so he's not about to be out here stinky. But I had some partners that'll take a dookie and be like, anyways, the door is open, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Can we get some lighters? Like, again, I feel like I will poop out here, live life, laugh, haha. But if I take a dookie, babes, I'm going to make sure that, you know, whoever's coming behind me, they have a nice spot to come into. Um, okay, Juan, I appreciate you. Thank you for going in. People be still asking. People still want to know like how many people you fucked. It's just so fascinating because it's like I don't know. I feel like I'd rather ask somebody like, what is fucking to you? Because some people really think sex is like certain things and not other things. And some people think sex is whatever like their kinks are. And that's that. Like some people don't consider sex like something that you actually have to like that you learn for yourself, but that you also have to stay like teachable and learning with a partner. Like my personal sexuality and my sexuality with my partner, those are two totally different things. Like how I am with my partner, how I am with myself, how I am with somebody else, not the same. And so what sex is in this room or the next room is going to change. And some people don't realize that. They think that like in every room, whatever they want to do is what they're going to do, which is fascinating because it's like every partner is going to maybe share with you something new or maybe have a boundary around something. So, hmm. Or I'm crying, not let it be. I just feel like you cannot leave a dookie to marinate. Like it's just it has to be shifted. It has to it has to be windswept. Not do blowjobs count? I feel like head. I feel like oral is definitely sex. Some people don't think so though, which is weird to me. That is so weird. Like if you're in the room, if you're in the room, speak. We're not gonna drag you. I just genuinely want to know like what you think. But I really do wonder like about people who think that certain things. Like some people think masturbation isn't sex, and I'm like, it's sex with the person you love. What do you mean? I'm crying. Y'all are hilarious. You're realizing more that you're more ace even in relationships. You be fucking, then you get sexually repulsed and swing back and forth between the two. I don't know. I feel like that's always the demise of my relationships. Hmm. Honestly, I feel like if I can be super candid, like me and Dane like do not fuck that often. We enjoy being sexual with each other, but like our sleep schedules and then also like what we like to do. Like I'm not saying we don't enjoy being sexual, but I just feel like we're very much seemingly of the mindset that there's other things to do to be intimate, which I really appreciate. Cause I know some people like I had this one partner, like my very first partner. Oh my God. Trigger warning for just like dating a cis man who is older than you and knows what he likes, does not care about getting to know what you like, does not care about learning what sexuality is with you. And it would always be about getting him off. Like sex always centered his pleasure. And I feel like that's when I became really detached from sexuality because I kind of always knew like he wants something that I don't really care about. Like, not saying I didn't care about having sex with him, but it just felt like he wanted something that I already knew he wants. Like, it's not like he's ever gonna do something different with me. And it sucks to say that because, like, at the time, I thought because that was the only relationship I'd been in where I had had sex with someone, I thought to myself, I'm I I know what he wants me to do with him sexually. I don't like it doesn't like it's not really giving me anything, but this is what it is to be in a relationship. Like I used to think that like being in a relationship is just like having your own sexual identity and then having a partner who you know hang out with and do stuff with, but I definitely didn't know how to like say I want this or I like this or do this with me. Like I really did not develop my I feel like verbally developing in bed is like something that happens, I feel, for femmes a lot later in life. Not always. Maybe now it's different with the rise of OnlyFans and like femmes owning their sexuality. Even if it's because of capitalism, there may just be a way that femmes realize like I don't have to just go along. I can set the rules, I can set the pace. But I think like unfortunately for a lot of us, like we think like we get sexualized like in relationship with someone that we trust and that we love. And so we're like, we want to make them happy. So we're like, yeah, I'll do this. Even if we don't want to do it. Like there were times where I was like, yeah, I guess I'll suck your dick. Like I'm supposed to do that, right? But in retrospect, it's like, damn, in this relationship, it's very much like the only one, not the only one, but I feel like the one where I can like really remember like saying like, no, I don't want to suck your dick. And like him not being upset, like he was sad, but he was just like, I heard you. But at the same time, it's like there are times where I'm like, I can't wait to suck your dick. So I feel like it should be changing. You know, it's never the same thing always at the same time. But I do think that when it comes down to it, uh his experiences in childhood and adolescence and becoming sexual and like learning about his body, like all those things, like we're still learning those things about each other. I feel like that's another layer to our relationship is like I'm super outspoken and he has a Scorpio stellium. So bitch, babe, I feel like we're gonna spend the rest of our time together figuring out what the fuck is going on. You feel me? Take care, baby. Thank you. You know what I love? I love when people come into a stream that literally is restricted to 18 and up and say that they're a minor. That's my favorite fucking song, babe. It's my favorite song when you do the restriction and someone pops in and they're like, hey, like, babe, we're not engaging you. Get out of here. You feel like intimacy is so much more than sex and you would show that, but it's never enough for past partners. Yo, that part. Intimacy is more than sex, and even the idea that like intimacy is the only type of is or sex is the only type of intimacy people show or can share with each other is sad because there's so much intimacy in like literally watching the sunset and going for a walk and going to like a rescue center and petting a dog. Like there's so many things that me and Dane do that are so romantic and so sweet and so loving, and like they're not sex. And again, it's not to say sex isn't like important. There are definitely times where I've been like, damn, are we not fucking enough? And he's like, we're fucking enough for me. He's like, we're like, if we're gonna fuck, we're gonna fuck. Like he's like, we could fuck more. He's like, but I'm not sitting here upset with you. And I'm like, that's great, because it's like I think it was just past trauma where I'm like, oh no, I haven't fucked this man in like a week. Is he mad? And it just sucks because it's like that fear comes from like trauma of being a younger person, dating a man and thinking, oh, I have to sexually satisfy him. And really, it's the way that like now I'm like, babe, like satisfy me. Like what do I want? How do I want to be touched? How do I want to be like treated in bed? And just the ways that, again, even feeling safe to tell someone how to love you should be the basis. It should be the basis. It should be the standard. But in so many ways it's not. And so many femmes like get quiet in bed. And I hate that. You know? Thank you, Francisco. You said that a couple times now. I'm gonna let you go. Have a good night. Yeah, no, I love Dan for me too. I really feel so grateful. Like I feel like I found someone that is like, and I mean this with so much love. I feel like they are someone that I am afraid to lose. And I mean that in a way that's not like, oh my God, like scarcity. I just mean like I am hoping that like, I'm just hoping I can maintain our love, because it's just like, whoa, like I feel like I've been in relationships with people, and I guess like in some ways I kind of knew like I couldn't, or this is gonna sound how it sounds, but I just never saw a future. And I don't mean that to be like ugly. I just mean like I never could see like how we could be together forever, like how we could end up together. And it was either like their family was evil as fuck, or they weren't fulfilling me, or shit, maybe I like in another experience I wasn't fulfilling them and I knew it, and I was scared to lose them, but I didn't know how to keep them. And so I was full of shame, and just all the ways that like we're not just hanging out. Like I really feel like I don't want to lose this person out of my life. And I'm I see all the ways that they're great for me. I see all the ways that we're supposed to be together, in terms of like all the ways we complement each other, all the ways that we support each other, all the ways that we root for each other, all the ways that we share and are kind and offer gentleness and grace and humanity and empathy from the beginning. And just the way that he listens to me to hear me. He doesn't listen to respond. He doesn't listen to get a point across. Like he actually holds what I say. And I feel like I could tell him anything, which is terrifying. Because I feel like I can say some things that would probably make some people very upset, very sick, very angry. And I feel like I've said some things to him that, they made me feel this big, but he never made me feel that. Like he always like held me, always held my hand, always was soothing and comforting, and never let me feel alone in feeling vulnerable. And so I don't want to do too much and be like, go out there and find you a man. I don't want to do that, because if I'm being honest with you, I feel like one of the things about Dane that I really appreciate is that he is really constantly like confronting patriarchy and masculinity, like the things that he be thinking about, the things that he be saying, like the ways that he relates to masculinity, but also is very disgusted by men and very much wants to be, you know, an ally. And I see in the ways that he communicates, in the ways that he shares certain things, and the way that he treats people, like he just has this energy of like, I'm not trying to be a scary, weird man. And I'm so fucking grateful. Because I just feel like I've been around some men that were just very okay to be a scary, weird man. Did not give one fuck about how they were coming across, how they were treating people. And I hate relationships where you feel like you gotta hide with that man because he's a piece of shit. Like, okay, I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but I hate relationships like that, and I've been in them before, bitch. Where you're like, yeah, I can't really be bringing his ass. He bite. For me, I hate that shit, bitch. Motherfucking aggressive ass or just awkward ass. Don't want to say hello to people and make friends. Like it's just it be one or the other, bitch, and I really hate that. I appreciate y'all for hearing me, but truly though, like I'm crying. Thank you. I got it for free. I'm so excited. It's cozy. I mean, yes, conversations before sex should be the norm, but they're not. Like people really just be drunk as fuck and just be breezing into the act, and it's wild in retrospect to think about how many times you may have had sex with someone and you were just like you weren't even really present. You were just going along with it. Like I've definitely been cooperating a lot in sex, like as like in my 20s, like for sure. I was cooperating a lot. I was just doing whatever my partner wanted to do. I'm smoking on super boof tonight. I'm trying to get some motivation to wash the dishes, bitch. I really don't want to do them. But this should be making me feel like, like this weed definitely gives you wings. It's got a little bit of a Red Bull energy to it. But it also makes cleaning feel like it's your idea. It's very hilarious. Like it really make you feel like, you know what? Why not? Because my stove been looking crazy, bitch. But slowly but surely, I'm gonna eat some cookies to motivate myself. Like, having chocolate in the house, bitch. I'm telling you. Hey, what you about to smoke? What up, Samantha? Also, as I said when I first got up over here, I feel like I'm gonna get dragged soon because I made a comment about Beyonce. I wanna give a trigger warning immediately for anybody who feels a way about conversation around Beyonce or Meghan Markle. If anybody feels like they are hitters and or Stan Army and or Hive, please leave me the fuck alone. Like I really am not here to fight with you. I promise you. Like I am a crackhead. I got the bike holiday. That's who you're talking to. Don't fight me. Leave me alone. Please. You know what happens at the end. Come on. Let me be. I'm crying. Wait, what's the hex gates? Yeah, super boof. Listen, say less. I'm gonna make you a pre-roll of it, friend. You like live resin? Let me know if you like live resin. You know what, baby Ethernet? I'm glad you're here with us. I'm glad you're here with us truly. But with that being said, I think I may be getting dragged soon. Actually, I already know I'm being dragged, but I'm on live, so I can't see. There's a part of me that's like, let me go on over on the computer. Let me see. Um, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Say less. Say less. Okay, so I was on Threads and there was a post, and I want to read it all in context so that folks understand what happened. Just because I feel like this could be, people could be really like, "What the fuck are you up to, bitch?" And honestly, I receive that. If people feel like I'm being a weirdo, I'm actually open for all critiques because I feel like personally, I don't think that I'm right. I just think that I have an opinion. I feel like that's really where I'm coming from. Like, I think two things can be true at once. People can be annoyed with what I have to share, but also I can still share it, and that's okay. But at the same time, I know some people are not going to feel me, and that's okay. I just want to put that out there that I'm open to getting dragged, but it's not your job to drag me if you don't feel like it. If you're tired, if you're tired, that's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna head on down to Threads. Listen, again, I don't expect everyone to appreciate this take. I know that some people will be annoyed, but I'm really hoping that people hear me. It's the way I totally expect for my account to be locked, bitch. Like I was just like, please don't let me have been blocked, because I feel like I already know I'm getting stung up by Hive. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back to the beginning because this is a long conversation, and I feel like at some point people are just like leaving because they're getting annoyed with me. Which again, that's allowed. Okay, so sorry, I'm taking a long ass time, bitch. I did not mean to be taking a long fucking time. Promise you. Because I feel like I'm gonna be super candid. I barely read the post that I responded to. I'm gonna be super real with you. I didn't really read this man post. And you wanna know why? Because at some point in reading it, it just triggered me and it made me be like, listen, I gotta derail this. And when people have been calling me crazy too, I'm loving it. I'm getting called crazy. It's awkward. Okay, so here we go. So the post. Um, Not it was nice meeting me in the homeless shelter. Sweetie, we did not meet in the homeless shelter last week, but I appreciate you for whatever this is. Yeah, you want to hear it. You fuck with Beyonce to a point, but you're not above hearing critiques. Here's my thing. I used to really love Beyonce. Like, I used to be a really big fan. And I feel like part of me being a fan was because I saw my mixed identity through her. Like, I saw her mixed family as like something relatable. And so I think that that's part of this conversation too, is that like there are a lot of mixed people who identify as Black and use other mixed people as a way to say, yeah, I'm Black like them. Like, again, it's the way that like erasure takes help. And so that's kind of where I'm going with this. But again, I want to start off like where I started at, because again, who knows? Somebody from the thread may come in here, may see that I'm talking about it and may be a part of it. I don't know. So, they wrote, I have this theory. The mindset that deems Beyonce undeserving is the same one that denies Meghan Markle her due. Therapy work. How the discomfort we felt in adolescence when others were seen as more blank than us became internalized, and how it's now showing up in our adult lives. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be super real with you. Beyonce and Meghan Markle being used in this way, I thought was fascinating, because I'm like, whoa, like who thinks Beyonce is undeserving? Who's really coming for Meghan Markle? Like, let's be serious. Again, before I go any further, I want to cite just a couple works of art that I use to come here with you and even share this take. But Maiwa's World has a video where she talks about how she has no sympathy for Meghan Markle. You could just type in Maiwa's World, Meghan Markle, and it'll pop up very immediately. And that video honestly just gave me so much life, because it's the way that people think something new is happening in England because they found someone very mixed to join their colonizing family. Again, I know some people don't give a fuck about the king and queen as colonizers. I know, but sweetie, how do you think we all got here? Like, they're part of this. Like, again, the fact that Megan thinks that she aspired to be something or is something, the fact that anybody really thinks that she is something is weird to me. Again, I know that some people will take this very wrong, because us light skinned mixed people are very coddled. We're very coddled. And again, I didn't see it because, hello, I've been very coddled. I did not see this. I did not. I don't even want to say I understand it now, because I really don't. Like, we really look delusional as fuck. Again, I didn't know this information. I didn't have this information, so I don't want to act like I did. And I don't want to be acting like people have to know what I know. Like, I just want to offer that, like, until I started to listen to deep dark skinned people, I really did not see the ways that us mixed people get talked about as if we're the most important people to be talked about in a moment, in an instant, and we're really not. And again, it's the way that like people will talk about Beyonce and Meghan Markle as if they've really been suffering. Meanwhile, there are so many deep dark skinned Black actresses, so many deep dark skinned Black musicians. There are just so many Black women who are actually experiencing a fucking erasure, and there's just the way that these two women get brought up as if, oh well, look, they weren't black enough to be somewhere that the white people didn't want. It's like, who cares? Fuck them. There's other people to talk about. And so my desire was to disrupt the post. Because my desire genuinely was to disrupt the post. Now, my first desire was to disrupt the post and actually put a spotlight on people that I believe are more important to talk about at the time. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know some people will not appreciate that. I know some people will not appreciate me disrupting a black man's post, but I feel like that's another reason why I did it. Because I feel like me as a lighter skinned person saying this on a black man's post, I did not expect to be censored, and I haven't been. This man does not give a shit about what's happening in his post. So again, I'm grateful, but I took the opportunity. With that being said, I wrote, these two mixed women will be fine. I said, let's focus our attention on black women who create a legacy that mattered today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Like this person. I backslashed the person that I mentioned because I don't want them to get a bunch of fucking weird mixed people fucking going in on me in their notifications, which I just want to put that out there that I feel like that's an important thing. If you're going to be sharing the work of deep dark skinned people, black people, when you're disrupting a space in this way, I think it makes sense to take care that, like, yeah, you want to uplift their work, but you don't want them to get all these notifications from weirdos, because that's what's happening to me right now. And honestly, it's fine. Here's the thing. Yeah, no, and it's a black man who's like doing this and it's awkward, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't look at him too deeply. He could be a mixed man for all I know, babes. For all I know. For all I know. But he does look like a black man off rip. So I was like, sir. So anyways, I shared the person's content. I said their contents helped me unpack my own anti-black biases as a fellow mixed person. And so I didn't want to come at this like, oh, I'm just so smart, I just know stuff. No, I threw myself under the bus. I said, hey, I'm out here being anti-black and fucked up. These are people that have helped me. Here's some other people that may help. Here's some other folks that may be offering things that we may actually really fucking need. Who gives a fuck about Beyonce and Meghan Markle at this fucking point? Like, I feel like at this point, sweetie, she got people in nosebleeds for $700. Like, what's the point? What is the point? Like, I'm not saying don't enjoy the music, but baby. Oh, it's the way that I'm so fucking tired of these people that are not doing nothing. It's the way that Meghan Markle is selling honey for 35 fucking dollars. Sweetie. Mm-mm-mm. That is crazy. Anyways, yeah. Exactly. So I'm getting dragged lightweight, but I'm just keeping it cute and I'm just sharing links to people that I love. Like one of the links I shared was a video by Cat Black, who is a black trans woman that I am obsessed with. She's come in here before and I felt famous, honestly. I was like, Cat Black knows I exist. That's crazy as fuck. Woo! Yeah, exactly. No, definitely download Threads. It's worth it. It's really messy on there, but it's also cute. Like it's messy and cute. It's messy and cute. I feel like it's been more cute than messy, honestly. I feel like today it just got messy. Um, but when I say it got messy, I just feel like some people don't want to hear new information. I feel like I'm trying to hold space for that too. Like some new information can be hard. I'm gonna hold that. We're in the age of Aquarius. Some shit has slapped me in the fucking head before. I've been bonked. Like I just told somebody recently, I'm like, some shit I've read, I'm angry that they wasted my eyes on that. Like one day I'm gonna be blind and I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna be like, I could have had 15 more minutes of eyesight had I not been here. No, Cat Black is amazing. So I shared Cat Black's video on what is fascism because she actually just revisited the video, which I thought was really cool. I love the idea of someone creating long format content and revisiting their own work. Like, bitch, like I'm just like you are the source. You are the site. You know, I live. Anyways, I also shared Shan Spear. She has a video called TikTok Femininity Coaching and Aestheticizing Racism. Shan Spear. Mm-mm-mm. I love her. I appreciate her. Also, her outfits. Her outfits. Again, there's just something about a bitch that could like really give you everything and also kill you visually. It's like, whoa. God does give with both hands. People still keep bunching income on, and see, and that's the thing too. It's like that's the other point to me disrupting, because when you say that someone is mixed, like when you acknowledge that someone is mixed, that especially someone that like has been saying that they're a black person, or been flattening their identity, or been profiting off by having black ancestry. Because I feel like that's another layer to this. Is like you can profit off of having black ancestry, and it's something I didn't really think about. Like I feel like all the time that I was talking about anti-blackness and saying I was a black person because I had been socialized to believe I was a black person, like all of that was a different experience than now. I'm having a different experience in life. And that is why I'm absolutely talking about it, because again, it's the way that like I was going along with socialization, but I was never actually a black person. And the ways that there are some people out here who will be in your face performing and saying they're black and they're not. And again, it's the way that I did not see my complicity in Erasure. And I'm grateful that I got to watch content by Miles World, content by Khadijah Mbawe. Even there's this one person I actually just shared her a couple times in this thread. Her name is Ishtar. She actually made a video about the multi-generationally mixed clusterfuck. That video, I'm actually gonna share that right now in my community post, because that video really fucked me up. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I can't remember if Ishtar is one of those mixed people who be talking about being exotical or some shit like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I do not see all her content. I'm about to look before I even share the shit, because even the fact that I'm scared, bitch. The fact that I'm scared. But no, there's a couple exotical people. I'm crying. I'm crying, sweetie. First red flag. Why did I get her name is Ishtar 21st Century, and the first line, creator of the term lightism. I'm so terrified. I'm so terrified. I'm so terrified. I actually already shared her content in the thread, but I appreciated the content. Now, the video is called MBG Part 1, Multi-Generational Mixed Problems. And it's basically the multi-generational clusterfuck, like who is mixed, what is mixedness. Again, it's a lot of layers. Some people won't appreciate this content. That's fine. But I will say some of the people in the thread or some of the people in the video that were talking, I appreciated. But I do think that this person, yeah, the definition of lightism, I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up right now. I wanna say, and I'm not gonna speak for her. I'm hoping. Oh no. Oh no. It's worse than what I thought it was. Ugh. I'm gonna say what I thought it was. I thought lightism, I thought she was trying to connect like the delusion of light-skinned people, but from the thumbnail, it says lightism awareness series. How many views does this have, bitch?
What's up, y'all?
Oh no. Oh no.
What's up, y'all?
Oh no. 3,000 views. Shit. See, I knew she was Exotics United. See, she's the girlie that runs Exoticals United. See, I knew. I was like, Ishtar again. Listen, I am not trying to say listen to this woman because she's so smart. I'm not saying that. I'm saying she had a video about the clusterfuck that is a bunch of mixed people sharing their stories. And I feel like this video will maybe give a little bit of understanding to somebody out there. Somebody. I don't think everybody gonna give a fuck about this video, but this video might give somebody some context to either decolonize and decenter from blackness and like stop operating like they are a black person, or even invoking that they're a black person, because again, it's the way that Cardi B still says that she's black. And honestly, I feel like she's not even who I'm talking about really, but I'll just use her as a You know, there's some of us out here that have type 4 hair and we be thinking that's all it takes. Like we be really out here just saying anything. And again, us mixed people are very delusional. It's something that I had to come to find out. I thought that I was just a goofy bitch. Turns out, turns out proximity to whiteness is delusion. It's the kindest way I can say it because for white people, I'd be saying it's psychopathy. So I feel like delusion is this kind. Okay, some of y'all are really going through a lot. Damn, the male loneliness pandemic. The male loneliness pandemic at work. Good God. Some of y'all just don't got nobody to talk to, huh? I think they deleted Omegle. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Anyways, as I was saying, whoa, not lightism. That's really tragic. I gotta delete that fucking video probably. It's like I don't want to delete it because I don't want to support her. I feel like what I might do is delete the video after I find all. I'm gonna delete it, but I need to find all those videos that she compiled because again, I feel like the video that she made didn't seem fucked up, but I probably gotta watch it again and just pay attention because again, she was trying to show that like there are mixed people who be saying they're black, but they're not. And like this she found this video or she found this Reddit post from someone who said that they're 50-50 and the energy was very much like my parents are both mixed like and this person was literally saying they wish they were biracial because they have two mixed parents and because both their parents are mixed they don't feel like they have any true identity and they said that they feel ashamed when black people ask them if they're mixed and they say yes. And it's awkward because I absolutely felt that experience, but it wasn't necessarily one that I felt like I needed to like. And it's like, again, I'm not shaming this person for breaking silence. It's just like I was sitting with that for myself and I was trying to like unpack that for myself. I was never trying to like tell anybody about that experience. Not saying that you shouldn't, but it's like, what are we doing? Again, it's the way that like sharing that experience kind of like ask people to engage it, if that makes sense. And again, I never felt like I wish I was biracial, but I definitely felt like, damn, like I don't want to be explaining to people I have a white passing mom. Like that seems extra. Again, I'm not ashamed of having a white passing mom. I just did not want to have to be like I felt like it was taking up a lot of space to be like, oh, I'm actually not black. I have a white pass. Like I felt like all those extra sentences felt like I was doing a lot. And it's the way that like and I'm trying to like frame this in a way that doesn't sound crazy as fuck, but I've had black folks tell me that I was black, like tell me that I look black almost as if to be like, shut the fuck up. Like stop like you and again, it's the way that it's like, what is the point of that? What is the point of like it's the way that like in the moment that I say that someone else is mixed with me and folks are fighting to say, no, Beyonce and Meghan Markle, they're both black. Like people are fighting bad as fuck to say they're both black. But then people will say, well, you're black. And I'm like, how does that work? It's almost as if people are trying to punish me and I'm not saying this like to be like saying that being black is a punishment, but it feels like that's all they can think to say in that moment to combat me is to say, you are black actually. And it's like, but I'm not. So what was the function of you doing that? What was the point of you saying that? What was the point of you trying to hold me closer in this moment when I'm actually naming that I am not the same? And I'm not saying that to be distant from you. I'm saying that to be acknowledging that we are not the same and that is something that must be acknowledged because if we don't acknowledge it then we have the Kalanis and the Saweeties and the Meghan Markles like people are fighting for Meghan Markle to be black in the comment section and it's awkward because only a couple people are like well and it's awkward because only a few people will be like well Meghan's not black but Beyonce is. And then there's a bunch of Creole people that popped out and were like, Creole is black. And I'm like, Creole isn't black. That's okay. But like, you can't sit here and say Creole is every color and then say Creole is black. It's not. Black isn't every color. And again, it's the way that like there are mixed people like in my comments and the threads naming that I'm erasing a Creole people from Blackness when it's like, how can you be erased? You're literally mixed with Black Americans. How can you be erased from Blackness? You have Black ancestry. Again, it's the way that I'm realizing in real time all the time that being Black for many mixed people is a fucking benefit. It's a beneficial identity. And again, it's something that I did not realize until I started to name my identity as a mixed person. Only until I say that I'm mixed do I feel people like acknowledging me as a different person. But if I were to sit up in a lot of spaces, folks would be like, yeah, you're Black. That's fine. It's awkward as fuck to know that if I was willing to be gaslighting folks would hold me closer. Not everybody. I'm not saying everybody. But there are folks that have actually told me like straight up, like, oh, like it's weird that you're saying you're mixed. And it's like, why is it weird? I am a mixed person. And I don't mean it to be rude. Like, I don't mean it to be hurting anybody. And it's the way that I watch content now, and I see the way that like being called Black as a mixed person is actually causing harm to Black people. And it's the way that I've seen many mixed people, because it's rarely like, babes, it's the way that it is rarely anyone deep dark skin. Everybody yelling at me is clearly mixed. That's the psychological operation of this. I'm literally fighting with my community about Black folk, about the identity of Blackness. We're literally fighting with each other, and I'm telling them, you're not Black, we're not Black. And they're saying, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Nobody Black is talking to me. Go look at the thread. It's full of mixed people, and it's fucking insane. Nobody Black, like, no, nobody Black is fighting in there. Everybody mad in that thread is mixed and feeling away. And I'm like, well, if you're feeling away, talk about it. I'm not like, because that's another layer to this. I'm not about to sit up here and act like, I'm so smart. Nope, I'm being hella gentle with everybody, because it's like when I first got this information, I was feeling away. And I'm not trying to talk about my experience too damn much, because, like, again, I don't really matter in this. I am just a person that happened to finally fucking listen to Black people. I do not need a pat on the back. It was late. I'm late. And so, again, because I'm trying to catch up mustard, I know that I'm going to piss people off, because there's a lot of people who were like me before who are like, like, there's people in there talking about they're 75% Black. There's people in there being like, oh, 75 Black or more, that's Black. Like, there's people in there saying that they are mixed today because of chattel slavery. And I'm looking at them like, no, you're not. Stop. That's sick. I'm like, it's really nasty to do that. I'm like, you shouldn't say stuff like that. And they're trying to fight. Very strange. And again, people are telling me that I'm projecting. And I'm like, how am I projecting by naming people are mixed? Again, I realize in this conversation with everybody that I'm going back and forth with, this is part of why I knew, maybe didn't know, but I could feel that there would be a fallout in me naming being mixed, but I never thought it would be in this way. I always thought ignorantly that it would be people thinking that I was trying to self-exotify and think of myself as better. I never thought I would be fighting with fellow mixed people about claiming Black identity, because they are realizing with everything I'm sharing, they're not Black. And also, they've been lied to. They've been gaslit. They've been assimilating. They've been flattening identity. Instead of sitting with that, it's easier to call me a dumb bitch. Woo, wild shit. Wild shit. And again, this is not information that I just know. I've been watching a lot of content so that I can I can decenter myself from Black spaces, Black Politico, and just be someone who is actually using their privilege in real time. And I'm not saying that like in the past I never did that. I just want to be candid that I feel like, not even I feel, I know I centered myself in a lot of work because I thought I was a Black person, and I genuinely thought like this is what we're going to do. This is part of being a Black person. I want to be candid as fuck because again, you're gonna meet some mixed people like me, and you're gonna meet some mixed people who say things that I might have said, and maybe you'll have a way to actually be like, no, you're lying. You're not Black. I know you're not Black. Like, please stop gaslighting. Again, I'm just trying to offer some information. Yeah, no, a lot of people are in the thread who are very upset. And again, I'm not trying to be shady to anybody who doesn't know this information is like not accepting it. I feel like there's an energy you gotta bring when you're breaking silence about shit like this because it's the way people have tried to tell me I'm stupid. And I had to just hold that like that was their defense, you know? That was how they were able to move on from talking to me is by making me out to be dumb. Like I don't know nothing. And so in ways I really don't mind being stupid or being seen as a fool. That's just fine. Because real talk, I feel like I'd rather be seen as a fool than seen as somebody who's being malicious or trying to like make people feel pain. I feel like if people think I'm dumb as fuck, they probably don't think that I'm over here calculating, like trying to hurt them. So it's like, I'll take it. You know, if you think I'm a dummy, that's okay. That's all right. I'd rather be that than be a bitch. You know what I mean? Than be an evil bitch. There's a lot of things you could be. Right, and that's another layer to this too, is that like I did not realize that by claiming Blackness while having a whole Jamaican father, while having a whole white passing mom, like I genuinely thought, like I believe like the flattening idea, you know, even in the thread that I'm in, people are like, we're all black, everybody's black. And it's like we're not all black. And then somebody was like, "Well, you're doing the colonizers game," and well, they're like, if they think you're black, then you're black. I'm like, see, and that's the thing. That's what always kind of fucked me up. It's like there are so many people that will say that if somebody thinks that you're a Black person, then you're a Black person. That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. But again, it's the way that people have told me, you know, I thought you were a Black person. Or rather, it's the way that like when I say I'm a mixed person, somebody will say that I'm Black or say that they have a granny that look like me or do 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 do. And they're a mixed person too. But it's like I'm not at that level of boldness. I'd like to keep the rest of my teeth. You feel me? Because let me be real with you. It's some people that's not ready. And that's where I'm at too. Like, I'm not about to try to force nobody to be mixed if they're not ready yet. Bitch, it's fucking weird over here. It's weird. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really thought, like, I really thought at some point, you know, I would accept this, but it is weird over here because every fucking day I find out how weird my community is, and I gotta just be candid. I'm being so fucking for real. Every day I find out something new. Like I just found out that amongst the mixed community, many of us who have majority fractions, Black identity, think that we should not be a part of the mixed community. Like that's another layer to this, is there are actively mixed people who have Black ancestry who think that their Black ancestry cancels out their mixedness. And again, this is a constant conversation that keeps unfolding. So I don't want anyone to think that, like, oh, you're behind. Oh, you should know this. But we're not fractions. We're a whole mixed people. We have a whole mixed ancestry. It is okay to be mixed. I really think that it's an important thing to remember. And again, it's the way that so many people are flattening what Black identity looks like because there is no mixed community. And even when there is one created, all we do is focus on posting pictures of mixed babies. It's unfortunate, but the mixed community literally just posts fetishizing photographs of ourselves and exoticalized photos of ourselves, and we really don't do much. And again, it's the way that there are some mixed people who believe that experiencing anti-Blackness is what makes them Black. And it's unfortunate because anti-Blackness is not what makes anybody Black. And it's the way that like people saying that lets you know what they think about Black identity and Blackness, low key. True. And again, I'm not trying to fight with folk. My energy is really like I want to be curious with people because I truly believe the conversation must be had, and it is, but mostly amongst Black people. Many mixed people are not having these conversations, and if we ever do talk about being mixed, a lot of times it's to fetishize ourselves and make content about lightism and be weird. You know what, Eric? I'll say this. I think that in some contexts, I don't want to say negative, but I'll say this. Tyla is a great example of like what it looks like to claim mixedness. Tyla said she's colored, right? Where she's from, that's a way to describe yourself as a non-Black person. Colored is not Black. There are Black folks where Tyla's from who are not colored. Colored is a way to describe people who are mixed. Much like in America, when they came up with quadroon, when they came up with octoroon, when they came up with terms like griff, when they came up with terms to categorize people with different levels of white and Black ancestry. It is literally part of history. I pray, if you care, look into it. But again, it's the way that Tyla named she's mixed. Now she's saying, of course, mixed means Black. It's the way that that statement is such a direct correlation with the other trying to steal Black identity. People can see theft in Tyla. They won't see it in Beyonce. They won't see it in Meg Markle. They certainly won't see it in Kamala. And again, it's not to be shady. Again, even questioning why Kamala won't name herself as mixed is part of what people will point to say, see, that's how you know she's Black. It is a fucking psychological operation at this point. It is mentally it's not for us. Mentally, it's not for us. It's not for us, friends. It's not for us. Yes. 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 Okay. All right. Tyla is mixed with Indian. Tyla is a mixed person. We know Tyla's not Black. That's okay. That's okay. As Miles World said, Black in every country, BIEC. And again, there are some of y'all that know good and goddamn well. There are some folks that say that they're Black and they would not be Black everywhere. They wouldn't. They would be colored. They, what is it? Gen de couleurs. You know what I'm talking about, bitch. See, you're saying it's because of Tyla's non-Americanness. I disagree. If it's kind of like Mulatto. When Lotto came on the scene, I feel like she said she had a white mama, but I feel like the reason why it may not have mattered is because she is dating Black men. That's another layer to this. It's another layer to this. I've recently heard that if a mixed person, woman, but Barack Obama might be an exception, if a mixed person connects with a Black person, a very unambiguous Black person, that person is seen as more Black now for choosing Black as a partner, which is fascinating because, again, it's the way that there's all these rules. It's so fascinating the way people think. It's kind of like when people talk about how, oh, the biracials with Black mothers are different. And it's like, And it's the way some Black women have said that's not true. But people don't want to hear those people say that. They don't want to hear anybody say that because they want to hold that like there's a certain type of mix that's good. Again, it's the way conversations are unfolding to let me know like what time it is. And there is a erasure happening that is like eugenics. Eugenics is wild as fuck because to get people to like do things that will erase their community, to get people to do things that will stop their community from existing, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of effort. And so again, I don't want anyone to sit here and think, oh no, like I've been erasing and like I should have known. I don't think so. I think that unfortunately you are probably exactly where the colonizer wants you to be. So I want you to consider that. Some of us really, where we're just not there yet, but we're close by. And I just want to hold that for anybody who might feel like, oh, I wish I would have known that I was colonizing or I was being an oppressor. I'm sure. I'm sure. But instead of focusing on how you wish you would have known, let's start uplifting some content. How about that? Let's start sharing the good news. That's where I'm at. Instead of beating your own ass, why don't you share it? You know? You know what I love? I love when people result in calling me stupid because they don't agree with me. It's like, what is that supposed to do for me? Someone I don't know commenting on my mental acuity? I'm like, what am I supposed to really take from this? I hope you don't expect me to take you seriously. But you know what? I can't pretend like I give too much of a fuck. Baby Ethernet, thank you for saying that truly. Thank you for saying that for real. And Isaac, you asking what is black, you can go and look it up. I'm not a black person, so I'm not the person to be asking. Feel free to look. Feel free to look. But if I could offer something, if I could offer one video just to start you on your path, the creator's name is Philosophy Noir, PHILOSYNOIR, and the video is called Negrescence, NEGRESCENCE. I feel like that video might be the video for you to start. Again, anybody asking me what blackness is, go there. Go there. Because again, it's the way that like some of us are being quite obtuse, and it's again, it's not my place to be dragging people. I'm trying to share good news. The good news is mixed people have more language to describe ourselves. We are not what our father is. We have a whole ancestry. Mixed people are whole mixed people. We are whole mixed people. We're not fractions of blackness. We are not fractions of blackness. Some of us are whole mixed people. My father is not white. You don't have to be sorry for me. I'm a whole mixed person. I don't feel no way about that. It's just the truth. Again, it's important for us to consider that there are black people being erased in this conversation. No, I honestly rolled it like shit. I rolled it real dumb. And I'm lighting it real dumb. What do you mean racial phylogenetic? I'm not sure what you mean. You know what? I'm gonna have to, be a bouncer a little bit. I gotta be a bouncer. I gotta bounce some of these people. I gotta use my backs to bounce some of y'all out of here. Hey, Bessie. Cass, you've been here for a while. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. And you know what, Queen? That's the thing. Like, as I was saying before, like there's a benefit to standing next to black people. There's not a benefit to standing next to white people. And I mean that in the sense of identity. Obviously, many mixed people do be, surrounding themselves with white people. That do be happening. But in terms of identity, like it's the way that in the black community, mixed people are upheld in a way that they're not in the white community, and that's just the truth. And I feel like that's a layer to this. And when I say upheld, I mean where there are positions in black spaces to be uplifted. Black women, period, are seldomly uplifted. There are a lot of mixed people in black spaces. It's the truth. Why do you wish you were white, T-Man? Why do you wish you were white? Tell me more. And see, saying what's the benefit? You could be robbed, cast. Being black has nothing to do with being robbed. Please, like cast. I'm going to ask you to just really pipe down and listen because I can tell that you want to get some attention, but it might be time to learn. I disagree. I think that unfortunately for a lot of us mixed people, we don't realize that we're causing harm. And what's worse is some of us don't care. And what's really worse is some of us will actually bully black people to be in black spaces. It's really sick. Hey Anthony, I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm lifting this up to say that when you have black ancestry but you're not a black person, you do benefit. Asterisk. When you have a certain phenotype, when you're lighter skinned, damn near white, there's layers to this because there's mixed people who do not pass. I have a brother who is darker skinned and he doesn't pass. People think that he is black, and he has told me before people don't think that he's mixed, and he was upset about that. He was hurt. So I want to be candid that there are brown skinned people who are mixed. Most black people are deep dark skinned, but there can be people who are darker skinned that have admixture. Absolutely. And so it's important to acknowledge that we are whole mixed people. Mixed is many looks. Black is not. Mixed is many looks. Mixed is many looks. White is many looks. Black is not. Oh, nobody's rage baiting. If you're feeling away, you're feeling away. Oh, Isaac, you've been being... Oh, true. Shimmer effect, I appreciate you. My bad. I thought I caught the end of it. I think Isaac really wants some energy. I do think that mixed people really should not be in black spaces without being expressed as invited. Like there's this group of black simmers that I really loved being in before I was, uplifting myself as a mixed person and flattening my identity as a black person. And I was like, damn, I wonder if they have a rule about who can be here. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take mixed people saying, wait, I want to be in this space. Let me see if they're open to non-black people being here. And it said that they were open to black and brown people. I'm brown. I was in the space. It was great. With that being said, there's going to be some spaces where black women don't want to see us. That's okay. That's okay. There should be mixed spaces and they should be welcoming to black people because honestly, we've been really in their spaces the fucking most. Like black spaces should absolutely have a safe space for black people in them. Think about what that could look like. Again, just the same way white people have spaces and they throw some crumbs to a couple people of color, we could absolutely be shifting the way that space is actually run. We could say, hey, as mixed people, why the fuck isn't there protection for black people here, period? Like, I don't understand the idea behind flattening identity when we could have honestly been strategic. But again, we can do it now. Again, I feel like it's not worth it to listen to Cast anymore because Cast is unfortunately deciding to go with anti-Blackness. He's deciding to use anti-Black tropes to engage the conversation, which is unfortunate because this is a conversation where people are engaging in good faith. And for some reason, there's people that just don't want to. Now, Isaac, where do you live? Can you share with us where you live, Isaac? Because that's another layer to this. And see, that's the thing. In South Africa, if I'm colored, then that means that in South Africa, I'm not a black person. Again, it's the way that people know what black is. It's the way people know who. It's the way people know who black. It's the way people know exactly who is black. It's the way people fucking know. And there's a game being played. And that's why, you know what? I'm not going to do too much, but I just feel like it's the way that people have tried to, again, say that, there's this or that or this or that. And that's why someone's black. And it's just like, whew, all of the mental gymnastics is too much. And see, I'm thinking that there's a segregation. See, you're white and you do have white spaces. That's the thing, Isaac. There are white spaces. You're being untruthful, Isaac. And I appreciate you revealing that you're white at this point because, Isaac, I feel like I at least thought Isaac might have been a POC. I was like, he might have been a punk. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, sir, and where are you from? England? I mean, the question, what is blackness, is a question that a mixed person would ask. I'm going to say that for real. A mixed person gaslighting black people would ask that. And I'm just saying that from my own experiences. I feel like I've definitely seen like fellow mixed people talk about, well, what is black really? I've seen people say, oh, we're all mixed. I've seen a lot of things explained. And so with that being said, POC. I thought he might have been a POC. That's what I said. Where are the white spaces? Making stuff up doesn't really work. Brandon, what did I make up? Tell me more. I'm so curious. I'm going to stay curious with all of you. I didn't just come here. I didn't just get here on my own. See, look at that. Look at that. Dan thinks he knows where black spaces are. That's why I'm being curious with you, because I want you to reveal how anti-black your thinking is. That's why I'm asking these questions. Someone's saying that, oh, the black people are in the ghetto. Really? How'd they get there? Tell me more. Here's my thing. I appreciate that people may think that I'm rage baiting, but if you're feeling rage because someone is talking about anti-blackness, that is a moment to maybe take a deep breath and maybe go into my community tab. I share a lot of content on there. I try to share a lot of information because I don't believe that you should just focus on one single source. I'm a random person focused on weed. You don't have to listen to anything I'm saying, but I do try to share. See, asking what a POC or white space is, if you can't get in and you're white, is it a white space? Here's the thing. No, people are playing really, really. Here's my thing. I don't mind answering questions, but I feel like asking somebody of color what a white space is you're asking me to say places that you don't think that I think that people of color are, and I don't believe that there's any space that any people of color aren't. I know black people are everywhere. I know black people are found everywhere. So you're never going to get me saying anything that would align with white supremacy's idea that black people aren't found everywhere. I know that black people are in every space. I know that. I know the truth. So you can't trick me. But I want to know, what is a white space to you? I want to know where you go when you only see white people. I want to know. Because some people will really act as if they see people of color everywhere. They'll say that. White people will lie. And I'm not sure why. Where's a place where you don't see any people of color? Be honest with us. Listen, Isaac said that he lives in a mostly Asian area, so I want to say that Isaac is probably one of those white colonizers who goes to Asian people's place of living. Like, it's giving, like, I live in Bali. I'm eating rice with the locals. They smile at me and don't call me a cracker, so I feel safe here. I hate to say this, y'all, but there are a lot of white people who just colonize like different places all over the world, and they think because they're a white speck in a sea of yellower, lighter brown faces that they're doing something different, that they're a part of some sort of cultural exchange. They're not. They're colonizers. But it's you live in England, you said you live amongst Asian people. You clearly went to them. They did not come to you. Your city is literally yeah. No, again, if your city is mostly Asian people, that means that that's recent. Like, babe, how did the Asian people get to England? I'm fucking screaming. Like, white people will really live amongst people of color and act like, oh, this is just where I always was. No, you weren't. You didn't grow up around Asian people. Stop. Vance, I'm gonna go back and read what you said. Not you've been around one time and it's in rural Alabama. I'm screaming. Um You said my whole community mixed. I don't know what to tell you. I'm white and I work in a dealership and my team leader is black. I don't have white spaces. I'm 5 minutes away from Philly. Stop playing with me. This is why I ask. Wait, so you're 5 minutes away from Philly. Did you grow up there? You grew up in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My bad. I don't give a fuck about that state. No shade. But you grew up in Philly or you grew up in that area? Tay, can I ask, are you a mixed person? Are you a black person? I don't mean to be rude for asking this question. I feel like as a mixed person, I think it's important to be knowing who we're talking to personally. I think it's very important because a lot of times people who are non-black will say stuff, and if we don't know that you're non-black, we might talk to you completely different. And again, it's the way sometimes we as non-black people give ourselves away, but people shouldn't have to wait for that. I really think it should be something that's said immediately. Tay, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. You were born in Philadelphia. Your dad was raised there. You were born, which is a mixed area. Okay, but Vance, are you a mixed person? Are you a white person? Or are you a black person? Okay. Listen, I know some of y'all don't feel comfortable saying what your race is or saying where you're from. If that's the case, please don't engage because I do think that that matters. Just like I'm a mixed person from Connecticut and that matters. Just like I'm a mixed person with a white passing parent, just like I'm a mixed person who has a white looking parent who did not prepare me for the anti-black world, that matters. My lens is going to be different from somebody else. Listen, I have the ability to be a colonizer as well, and I have been. And I'm saying that to let folks know that we can be causing harm as mixed people. Amber, thank you so much for doing the heavy lifting, truly. I appreciate you. Word. Now here's my thing. I feel like how do I say this? Have I had great interactions with some white people? Sure. I feel like the idea that white people are cool, mm, I think unfortunately because of white supremacy, there's just so many variables there. And I think it's just better to not trust white people at first and let them show you if they're worthy of your trust. And I feel the exact same way about us mixed people. I feel like, especially lighter skinned people in general, mixed or not, light skinned people, mixed people in general, non black people, let's just say that, don't trust us. Like, let us show you if we're trustworthy. It's much better. And most black people know this. It's us non-black people that don't realize like we should not be trusting each other. We actually need to fucking wait and see. Exactly. And again, I don't say that to be disparaging. No, definitely me. No, definitely me. I've definitely fucked up before, and I think it's important to acknowledge like I've definitely fucked up, and so that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like if somebody didn't trust me and they didn't experience me at a time where I was being like way more just way more engaged with anti-blackness in a way that was perhaps seemingly more harmful, because I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm not being anti-black to this day. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. I feel like there's probably ways that I'm being anti-black that I may not see, or that I haven't seen, or that I don't remember. I feel like there's layers to this. So I want to be super candid that I don't want to ever make it seem like I've unlearned. I'm unlearning. It's happening in real time. Vance, we're not talking about judging people based on their race. We're talking about judging people based on historical trauma. We're talking about paying attention to history and how it's been unfolding. We're talking about discernment. We're talking about equity. We're talking about repairs of ruptures. So Vance, it's unfortunate that you think that like anyone's being judged for their skin. I truly believe we're judging white people by the content of their character. They keep on showing it. Again, if somebody looks at somebody deep dark skin and thinks that they know something about them, which happens a lot, then I can look at white people and think I know something about them as well. And 9 times out of motherfucking 10, it's gonna save my life if I'm right. And a lot of people don't want to think like that. And what's worse is a lot of us mixed people, a lot of us lighter skinned people want to believe that our cool experiences with a couple white people is worth thinking that some of them can be cool. It's not worth that politic, and we really shouldn't have it. And it's honestly, it's ahistorical. The ways that us lighter skinned people and non-black people get to experience life is not the same as deep dark skinned people. And the ways that like we may think things are going, they're not. And we don't know that. We don't know. We have to listen. Exactly. And that's the thing too. It's like the ways that there were people telling me that ancestral rape is why they are mixed today lets me know that there are people that are still invested in invoking the one drop rule to steal black people shit. And so that's the crux of this conversation truly. Instead of like trying to figure out who is black, let's talk about who's not black. Let's talk about like what black people aren't doing. They're not pretending to be other races of people. They're not stealing other people's culture. So there's just layers to this conversation. I'm trying to speak to what I know. Again, I know somebody will think that anti-blackness means that like you are a black person, but unfortunately, white supremacy is that delusional, that psychopathic, that's the true one drop rule is that white people don't care who's black. They hate black people enough to hate everybody who's not white. That is the true one drop rule. One drop of non-white blood, bitch. That's what it really is. And when Queen asked why us mixed people stand closer to black people, I think there's many layers to it. I think one, there are people who are actively telling us that we're black. Like there are people that have told me I was a black person before I was even like talking about race. It's the way people were like letting me know that I was a black person by saying something racist to me. So again, it's the ways that like mixed people who have black ancestry get socialized into blackness through anti-blackness. That is a truth. There are ways that like the way that us mixed people, especially when we're not taught about our ancestry, nobody told me I was mixed. My mom is white passing and she's looking like Meghan Markle trying to say I'm black all the time. At some point, people are going to stop fighting and just say, fuck it, Tammy is light skinned black. It's the gaslighting. It's not that my mom is black. She never was black. I never was black. We were gaslighting people. It's important to have this conversation because there's so many people who don't know this. There's so many people who think, well, I guess they're black because, and people will come up with reasons why we could be black. They'll make up things for us to be black. I've seen it in real time. People will even say someone is Creole, but they're still black. And use words that mean mixed to say this person is black. Memphis, I care. Love you. Hey, Meryl. Glad you're here. See, vegan dolls saying that I'm black. I am not black, vegan dolls, and I've said that several times. And I've said this in another video. How many times does somebody have to tell you they're not black? Like that is a strange thing for someone to fight with you on you being black. That is weird as fuck because it's the way that I say that someone is mixed because I know that they're mixed, their ancestry, they have already shared it with us. Beyonce literally did a makeup commercial where she said that she is mixed. She broke down her heritage of mixed people. So it was just weird to me that like at some point Beyonce was very comfortable being mixed. At some point she's not. And I have the opposite experience where at one point I was very uncomfortable being mixed. And now I'm not. Now I know like this is who I am. And I should not be gaslighting people because that causes harm. But also, it's confusing and it's gaslighting people. And there are so many young black girls who are being pushed out of black identity because they are, quote unquote, too dark, too black, too African looking. There are black girls being told that they look African because the standard is moving to mixed people. It's really sick, you guys. I've seen a lot of black American people be called African and be called like outsiders, infiltrators. Like it's very creepy. It's mad mixed people talking about they're the true black people. I've seen a lot of mixed people saying most black people are mixed. I've seen a lot of black people or mixed people saying most of us are mixed. With their chest. And it's awkward because it's like what do deep dark skinned black people hear when they see that? Like do they hear that like I don't exist? Do they hear I'm not black? Like what do they hear? Because when I hear that at this point, I'm just like, whoa, no. Like I wanna intervene, but then it's like I'm interrupting in the space, people call me dumb, people telling me I need to go to therapy, and it's awkward because again, I'm not a black person. I'm simply a person that has caused harm by being erasing. And in my mind, I'm like, no one's gonna put me in jail for this. No one's gonna do anything to me for this. There are gonna be some people that don't fuck with me. That's true. There's gonna be some people who think I'm a weirdo. That's true. But no one's gonna do anything to me for causing harm in the black community. So in my mind, I'm like, what kind of community service could I be on for the rest of my life? That's how I'm thinking about it. How could I be doing something to counteract the bullshit that I already did? My thought process is letting it be known how I used to think, what I used to say, how I used to be, ways that other light skinned people have approached me and told me what they be saying, other mixed people being weird, other people in spaces with black people making it strange. Like I'm trying to share so that when you come across us, you know exactly what to say to get us to shut the fuck up or get away from you, or at least reveal themselves further. Because again, it's not like I want anyone to stop talking, but I do think that unfortunately us mixed people have talked too much and we have caused so much confusion. We have gaslit so many people, and there are so many people that are unwilling to say you're lying to us. There are so many people that are unwilling to say, like, you're lying, you are erasing Black people. So many people unwilling, and it's not because they don't want to. It's not because they don't want to protect themselves. I truly believe it's because we've been harming them for so long. A lot of them don't know that we're their op, and I hate to say that, but I feel like I've felt that for a time. That like there's so many of us causing harm that there are some Black people who just can't even believe that we want to harm them too, and it's unfortunate. But unfortunately, us mixed people have been causing harm. And unfortunately, when we're told about it, we get even more shitty. We get even more dangerous. And again, even saying this shit, like, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm in danger, but I want to be candid that, like, us mixed people are fucking nasty. We really are. And we really will say anything in order to not lose the privilege of being Black, because that's the reality. That's the reality of all of this, is that some of us with Black ancestry get the privilege of being Black. Being Black doesn't harm us, doesn't take away from our life. Sure, there's going to always be anti-Blackness happening to somebody, unfortunately, mostly Black people. But with that being said, it's the ways that, like, we live to tell the fucking tale. It's the way that we can capitalize off of the injustice. It's the way that it's never the end for us. And again, it's the way when you look at, like, people calling out racism and anti-Blackness. Just look at the severity of when it's a deep dark skinned person. Look at how that person disappears. Look at how that person is called all these names and told that they're jealous, they're bitter. Look at how light skinned people, like, we literally get to have another life, another life, another life. It doesn't matter what we did. And I say that as someone who knows that that's happened for me. I've definitely had a couple lives, and about to probably fucking have another one. And again, it's the way that, like, I don't think at all that I know what I'm talking about all the time. There are times where I'm just sharing information that I've heard, and I'm hoping that whoever needed to hear it hears it, but also knows that I'm bringing this up not to disturb or distress, but to also, but to be mostly candid. That, like, there has been so much harm I've done that I can never be sure how much it really was. And so I don't ever want to be acting as if, like, I know, exactly, like, how to be right. That's not what this is about for me. I'm more so just trying to be someone that people don't have to recover from. I'm trying to be a lighter skinned old elder who's a mixed person who knows, like, the truth. I don't want to be an older, lighter skinned mixed elder who's, like, acting like I don't see what's happening. And again, it's the way that there are so many younger Black folk who know the truth, who are told the truth. And there are so many of us mixed people who have to find out how anti-Black the world is. And then we're the main ones talking about it. We're the main ones let to talk about it by white people because we're not threatening them. And a lot of times we'll say things about Black people to make it seem like, well, there's problems on both sides. It's the way that we're being used. And so that's the whole point of this, is I'm trying to not be used, bitch. I don't want to be the colonizer's tool. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the shit is getting wild in the comments. I was behind. Yeah, we're gonna get Vance up out of here. Sorry that Vance is annoying, truly. I appreciate y'all for holding space. Truly. Damn, y'all are kind as hell. Aylin saying that you're mixed and that you are considered Black everywhere you go. If you know that you're a mixed person and that people are holding you as a Black person, that is on you to break silence about your truth. I hope you feel safe one day to be candid, because I'm not going to pretend like if you're passing and people are not asking you what you're mixed with, I'm not going to pretend like those mixed people don't have a different experience. Like, like I said, I have a brother who's darker skinned than me, and he's brown skinned, and so people rarely ask him if he's mixed. The only time he's ever looked at as a mixed person is when he's with my mom. And now that he has a white wife and a mixed baby, I'm sure people will ask him all types of questions at this point, and he probably will love that shit. With that being said, I have been asked a lot what I'm mixed with, and I feel like because I'm wearing my natural hair, I'm not being asked. But I think that it all really depends on hair. And I think if it comes down to what I have on my head, sweetie, I'm mixed. Let's be clear. Again, it's the way people want to fraction us and be like, oh, well, this is giving black. And it's like, no, it's not. It's giving a mixed person. Type 4 hair is not like there are people who are not black who have type 4 hair. It's the truth. No, the live comment section is demonic, and I'm so sorry that you don't have more space to write. I hate that like we can't do a panel like lowest of keys. I don't know if anybody cares, but if anybody would love to do a panel and have like some topics or something, like let me know. If anybody's trying to get their YouTube career popping and want to just have a discussion about whatever we want to talk about, let me know. I'd be down to do that because I have a friend that does like panels. So I have like 3 people on, and it looks fun. Let me know, babe. Hey, JJ London. No, Isaac was really terrorizing. I am so sorry, truly. Ever heard of the Dabbleverse? What is that? Tell me more. How many types of hair is there? Yeah, there's 4 types of hair. Like type 4 hair is hair that is seen as kinky, coily. It's seen as the hair that grows outwards versus hair that is more like type 1. Excuse me, type 1 and type 2 typically fall down. Type 3, like I want to say like 2C is when the hair shaft starts to get more rounded, but then from the 2C to like the 4C, we're dealing with a rounded hair shaft that is growing outwards. No, I think you know what sucks about Isaac? I think Isaac is a reminder of the whiteness that we have to deal with. And I don't mean like have to deal with like it's our job. It's really not. But I mean that is like even the most well-meaning, engaging white person, they're going to unfortunately, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. I'm trying to offer that that is part of his unlearning journey, right? Like I'm not saying we deserve to deal with that like at all. I'm trying to offer that like Isaac literally has to like go and do some research. Damn, my live got cut, but we're back. But no, but Isaac actually has to like take care of himself and like do that work and do that labor for himself. We can't do that work for him. And that's another layer to this is like as I'm reading about colorism, as I'm reading about anti-Blackness, nobody black could do that work for me. Nobody deep dark skin could do that work for me. Nobody could decenter me from me. Like it's a wild concept to consider. So again, white people are avoiding inner work. They're avoiding shame. They're avoiding the cringe moments where you realize, oh shit, I was being colonized. Oh shit. Again, there's so many moments when you are sitting with the ways that you have been an oppressor, where you've been a colonizer's tool. And again, I do not expect anyone to take this shit and just like be like, okay, I'm just gonna believe this. Like again, it's the ways that like it's the ways that when you have privilege, people will really accept information from you more easy. But it's the way that disinformation is probably the hardest information that anybody has ever had a problem taking from me. It's the way I be talking about it's the way I talk about white supremacy. Everybody understands. The way I talk about capitalism, everybody get it. The way I invoke that I'm a light-skinned person who is capable and culpable and has absolutely been complicit in being colorist, now I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now I'm stupid. isn't that fascinating? How like I can invoke my own failure, and people will be like, someone actually told me I was hating on light skinned people for uplifting mixedness and erasure from us. Someone said I was hating on me and my people. Again. But in that moment, what I have to hold is that at this point in colorism, because we're at a different point than before, seemingly. Because I've been light skinned this entire time. It is only in this year of 2025 that I've ever been accused of pretending to be light skinned. And so I have to hold that colorism has reached a point where white passing people are seen as light skinned. I hate to tell y'all that. I hate to tell y'all that, truly. Truly. No, Isaac really wanted to like attack people with like I feel like curiosity can be such a great tool to use when trying to stay teachable. But there's a moment in curiosity where you have to let that person cook and you have to, take what you're offered and go with it. I love to like be reading a comment and then someone will drop a little nugget and I will just drag that into another tab. I'm not going to derail the whole thread and be like, what do you mean? I'm gonna take the little pieces that I'm given. That's all we get in this life, little nuggets to try to, figure things out. But to be expecting people to teach you in real time, that's a lot. On top of that, there is a tip jar in here. And Isaac never hit my cup one time. And also he didn't ask nobody how he can support anyone up in here. So I just feel like personally, there's just no need. Thank you, Meryl. Yeah, again, I don't expect anybody to get it today. But I do expect people not to be antagonistic, and that's the thing. It's the way that like people will, what I really hate? When people approach new information with how y'all like they want to beat up the new information. Like that's what it was feeling like from Isaac. It felt like he wanted to fight the information. And it's like, sweetie, we're just giving you some information. We just give you some new concepts, some new understanding. Not even new concepts, just a way to see. We're like, ugh, and that's the worst part. We're giving you a perspective of the world that you actually would never have. And that's the part about white people being indignant and ugly that really is stressful because it's like if you don't listen to black people, especially black people, you're missing so much. And again, it's the ways that I did not realize how much I was missing. I needed to read. I needed to read badly. I needed to listen. I needed to pay black people. I needed to do a lot of things to get to where I am. And I'm not saying I'm anywhere. I'm saying that I'm actually in alignment in ways. I'm not saying I'm doing anything anyone else can't do. What I'm offering is that like there was definitely a time where I was absolutely thinking that I had something to share. And it's only in retrospect that I realized that there was a desire for me to connect and to be seen as something. I wanted to be perceived so badly that I opened up my mouth and I shared before I had something to truly offer. That is unfortunate, but I'm grateful that I get to say that. I feel like some of us really have some things to say that will release us from shame, that will allow us to have a new motherfucking story. Yeah, you fucked up. What you doing now? Don't tell me you beating your own ass every day. Really? Because I promise you, someone's gonna beat your ass about that. Someone's gonna pop out and spray you with the shit that you already know you did that hurt you. You don't have to be the one. You can be the one that says, damn, you didn't know. Sucks. How can we do better? What can we do to uplift how we didn't know to other people so they could get it a little bit faster? Even if they don't get it a little bit faster, how can we do something to kind of intervene? What could we have used? What could have helped us? Use that to find your way. Um. Exactly. No, you're right. No, he wanted to, and that's the thing too. Sometimes us oppressor ass people, like sometimes the oppressor want to fight with you about what you know. And in the age of Aquarius, that is so exhausting to try to explain what you know to somebody who don't care. Ooh, I am so sorry I didn't get Isaac out of here sooner. Truly, that was my bad. And I just want y'all to know, like, if at any point y'all want to remove somebody, especially the people that talk in the chat, be like, they need to leave. I trust you. Like, please know. Like, I may be late to realize someone needs to leave, but if you know, I trust you. Like, please know that. I be trusting the fuck out of y'all. Average white man is now the enemy. Notcore, why do you think that? Damn, I want to know more. I wanted to know more because I feel like he was an average white man and he was just speaking about himself. You know what I mean? It's like you can tell so easily. Because ain't nobody of color sitting there worried about that. Okay. All right, panel. I'm excited. Beryl, no. I've already proven that I'm not the best judge of who need to stay up in here. I was being silly. Leave his ass where he's at. We don't need no more antagonism. Trust me. We good. Sometimes I just be wanting them to just talk themselves in a circle. Cause it's just the way that white people will just say something and it's just like, sweetie, that's what you think? How did you get there? I'd be so confused. I'd be like, how did you get here? But I also have to hold that, like, again, it's the way that I be really wanting to intellectualize harm at times, and I see that as a harmful thing. And I know that's probably an affect of me being a mixed person, which is why I'm gonna keep on talking about the ways that I could be showing up that are whack as fuck. Because again, I don't always see it that way. But if I did, if I do, if I take a moment to try to stretch, there's times where I can see a lot of weird shit that I did, and there's a lot of ways that I can be like, oh, let me not do this, or even uplift the ways that I was moving before. I don't expect anybody to care too deeply. I'm just trying to offer where I'm at this point, bitch. I'm just trying to offer where I'm at because I do not think that I've always been in a place to even hold like that I've made mistakes or even the desire to want to seem like I'm doing the right thing all the time. It's just like that is not realistic. Like we're going to fuck up and we have to be like open to that. T-Man, unless you're about to send me like listen, I was gonna tell T-Man to send me a steak plate and then we could talk about how big I've been. We could talk about my backs. We could talk about everything. But if I'm not getting a steak plate, we're not talking about it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's another thing too. It's the way that like we're all in here chilling, kicking it, but it's the way that like we're having a conversation. I never said in this whole convo, y'all gotta listen to me. I feel like I even started the convo saying like I could be full of shit. Feel free to check me. Feel free to drag me if you have the energy, if you have the smooth, if you care. So for him to just be going in it like that, it's just so fascinating how white people will really try to just cause like so much distress when it's like, what distress is there to be had? Like we are having a whole conversation. We're all sitting on our booty. We are all sitting on our booty on our phone. Like that's the other part for me. It's like it's just a performance of like anger. Sir, you are probably laying there with a hot pocket. Why are you mad? Again, I just don't feel the need to engage with people if I'm angry as fuck about what they're saying. Like people have told me that I pissed them off by saying that some people were mixed that are mixed. And it's just like imagine being mad that somebody is mixed and saying that they're mixed. But again, it's the way that I don't want to play obtuse because there are some people that really see Beyonce and Meghan Markle as like a credit to Black community. We have to hold that there are people that see certain people as like Black people to love, emulate, be like. And again, it's the way Beyonce is a beauty symbol for Black women. And I feel like even saying that Here's another layer. And someone even asked me in the thread, they were like, is Solange mixed? Because I said Beyonce was mixed. And it's like, they're sisters. Of course they're both mixed. But it goes back to what I said. My brother is browner than me. And people did not see us as, like, the older I got, people did not see us as brother and sister. They just didn't. When we were younger, yes, but the older we got, no. And again, it's the way when you're younger, you're in the sun more, again, it's just the way that, like, I definitely remember being warmer toned as a child, but I also know that I was outside. So that's why, just like in the summertime, I'm going to look different than this, but I'm still not gonna be black, you guys. You feel me? Like, I feel like that's the layer to it. It's like it's the way that, like, in summertime my skin tone changes, but my brother is always brown skin, and in the winter he gets even, and then the summer he gets even more brown. And so it's the ways that, like, people will really ask me what I'm mixed with because they'll see it in my face. They'll see it in my tone. I'm clearly mixed. Most mixed people, excuse me, most black people are deep dark skinned. Mixed and white are many looks. There are white people that look like a piece of paper, and there's white people that look like a piece of toast. I've seen it. You've seen white people be orange. We've seen white people be red, purple. I've even seen a green. I've seen a green. A very green undertone with the white on top. I've seen a lot of different tones. So with that being said, when people say black comes in all shades, it really don't. But it's the way that people want to say that to hold us mixed people closer. That's the function of that. It's not to hold deep dark skinned people closer. It's not to center deep dark skinned people. It is literally to hold us mixed people. No, and that's the thing too. Like, it's the way that, like, Meghan Markle's mom made a remark in her documentary where she said she wishes she would have given Meghan the talk. She wishes she would have told Meghan, um she would have talked to Meghan about anti-blackness. And it's awkward because it makes me think of my own upbringing and how I have a white passing mother who never talked to me about anti-blackness. And I think about how my mom, when, like, as a young adult, me talking to her about white supremacy, she would make remarks that let me know, like, she's aware white supremacy exists. She's aware there are racist white people, but she's also made remarks that let me know that she has felt like she was not black enough, and that she holds not feeling connected to blackness as equal to not feeling accepted by whiteness. And it was just fascinating to hear her say that because she's white passing as fuck, but everybody around her sees her engaging in black cultural everything. So it's very much like, depending on who's looking at her, like, white people have said, "Oh, I thought you hung out around black people." Like, it's the way that, like, some people think my mom is just like a wigger. I know that's a problematic term, but it's the way that some people think that about her. And it's the way that, like, she fights to be seen as black and gets upset. But it's awkward because, again, it's the way that some people will hold my mom closer. Not because they really see her as black, truly. I truly believe it's to gain something from being in proximity of her. And I don't think she sees it that way. I don't think my mom sees that some people only hold her closer as a fetish, as a fetishizing. Some people only hold my mom closer because they validate what they want to see in black people. I've seen purple white people. I have. I have seen purple ones. Listen, they can get purple. They can. They can get pink. They can get red. Mm. 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 Shimmer Effect, I appreciate you for sharing so much tonight. Trilly, you as well. Like, y'all really have held it down tonight. Like, I'm wondering, like, do y'all share on threads? Are y'all on YouTube like that? Like, what's up? Like, where do y'all be sharing? Cause I'm just saying, like, when we do the panel, I don't know if you're trying to talk more on there, let me know. Not your pretty pink white people. Ada, welcome to the show. That's all I gotta say. Wait, Slot King, not you came back. Not you. Why didn't you just pretend to be somebody cool this time? That's crazy. You could have came back and been cool. That's wild. Imagine coming back like, I'm back. Girl, do you want to act right this time? Good God. Doing all this for what? Not Francine, bitch. Good night. I'm crying. I'm fucking crying. Who let you in? Woo. No, why would I be cool when I got blocked? Okay, Slot King, do you want to be cool now, though? Like, do you want to move on? Or do you want beef forever? What up, Samantha? Hey, 420 blaze it. No, but for real though, Slot King, like, can we just like move on? Can we stop the beefs? Cause I'm tired. Can we just have turkey together? Cause I don't want no more beef. I can't do it. Let's do some turkey bacon. You just be talking word. Yo, true. Yo, but Trilly, I'm excited for what I'm sending you because, like, low key, like, friend, this Mexican Dutch king. If you get a chance before you go to bed, look this shit up, bitch. I'm telling you, pure antipsychotic. I've been in such a good fucking mood. Like, I've been in such a good mood, and like, I've been feeling like pure shit. Like, I'm gonna be so fucking for real. I've been feeling like pure dookie. I've been having bad times. I've been trying to keep it together. Been trying not to bug out. Been trying not to freak out. Whew, it's been hard as fuck, but I finally did the hard thing. Right, I'm like, Slot King, who even are you? Are you Isaac? I'm gonna be real, the way people be writing about it sucks. Like, somebody wrote that, like, they basically took the mushroom from Mexico. I'm smoking super boof tonight. That's why I'm in such a silly ass, energetic ass mood. But I'm getting sleepy and I'm so excited. Ooh, my bed about to feel so good tonight. Um, Samantha, I did not see your question. You said what state am I in? Oh, I'm in Michigan. But yeah, no, like Mexican Dutch King, that mushroom is so beautiful. Oh, I actually have it sitting right next to me. This is my personal stash. Don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry. Isn't she so pretty? Isn't she such a beaut? I'm obsessed with her. She's such a perfect little peach. But yeah, no, that mushroom really hit me so good. It's very hybridic, like it's a very hybrid strain of mushroom. It's very uplifting, but I would say go slow. If you don't do mushrooms, do not take this shit real fast, please. Nurse it. Put it in a put it in a lemonade. That's my favorite way to take mushrooms. Like the cheapest and chillest way. I'll put a mushroom in a Sprite and let that shit sit. Like I'll put it like the night before I want to trip. I'll put that shit in the fridge with a Sprite and then just nurse it all day. I'm telling y'all, that's the best way to do it because you get all the medicine extracted out of it through the lemon tech. Basically, any kind of acidity will kind of suck the medicine out. But I also like putting the mushroom in a honey jar. But I've been actually wanting to make like little jars of like Nutella just to see like if people really fuck with it. Cause I know there's a part of me that wants to make my own Nutella just because I want to use dark chocolate because I feel like the milk chocolate might interrupt the trip. But I think if I do like a larger dose, the milk chocolate could still work. I don't know. But I could always add dark chocolate to the fucking Nutella. Like I should think about it like that. I could add like fresh cacao. I'm not a pro. I just been doing it for a few years. Like I've been microdosing since 2020. I actually got mushrooms like during the pandemic. So I actually had some time to sit with them when the world was really quiet. And I actually was like homeless when I found out about mushrooms, which was extra crazy because the mushrooms really had me like Just like there was just moments where I was breaking down and the mushroom was like, bitch, but you're full of the earth. Like you're homeless, but you're earth full, bitch. I just remember like crying by a river, being like, you know what? Like I don't have a house, but I have a river. Like I have a warm sun. Like there's so many things I actually do have, like right now. Like I can't take them with me, but they're with me. They're here for me. But yeah, the mushroom is called the Mexican Dutch King. It is very strong. Unfortunately, colonizers wrote about it. So if you look it up, it's gonna say some shit like, oh, it went from Mexico across the pond to the Netherlands where it was refined. And truly, somebody literally just isolated it. Like that's the thing about mushrooms, is like if you every time you grow mushrooms, there's gonna be some that are a little different. Or you'll have some that mutate, or you'll have two strains that fuck. Really never know. LSD in your eyes. I hate that you got me wanting to do that shit. I hate that you told me that. Oh my god. It's the way that I read that Native American people used to smoke mushrooms, and I'm like, I hate that I want to do that now. I'm like, I haven't done it yet, but I want to try it so fucking bad. No, literally. You know what, LX, I love you for being here. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, I actually grow my own mushrooms now. Like that's what I've been up to. That's what my plant shop is. For anybody that needs mushrooms, let me know. But yeah, no, I've been growing mushrooms since I finally got home. So that's been really cool. But yeah, no, when I was homeless with the mushrooms, I was really grateful to have access, and then I met some people through the internet like that started helping me as well. I will not put LSD in my eyes. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, no. Absolutely. Yeah, I ship everywhere. Just let me know. I feel like the farthest place I shipped was Puerto Rico. I think Puerto Rico was the farthest place I ever shipped. Yeah, no, I do. I would love to take y'all into my grow setup, but I'm actually like slightly scared. That's the one thing I'm scared about, because like even though it's legal in my state, I still feel like once they know you cultivating it, like it's different when you're talking about it and sharing it. It's different when they know that you out here. If you are interested, you want to just go to Instagram, FATBEEEP, and I'm doing a shipment on Wednesday. So keep in mind, you're not gonna get anything tomorrow, but you will get something on Wednesday. If you need it, let me know. And also, I'm in the middle of working on my new menu, which is really exciting. I would do ayahuasca. I wish I could try. Yeah, no, 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 no. But yeah, no, but I do got a friend that has LSD if anybody's looking for that. I have not been fucking with that really. I'm not a big acid person, to be real with you, but I do like mushrooms and I do like weed. Do you have Twitter? I feel like other than that, I have Twitter. I got a burner number if you want it. If you're down with ordering through text, let me know. Word. Yeah, no, there's this dude that I fuck with on Instagram who like makes like a bunch of content about LSD, and he put me on, which is really cool. You would love to learn how the setup works. Word. Here's my thing. I would love to talk about kits with people. Like I've been wanting to build a kit, and I've also been wanting to like figure out how to like share the spores. Because I know some people want to grow. I know some people really do want to do it on their own, and I'm not a hater. I really do want to empower people in that way. So if you're interested in getting a kit together, if you're interested in getting some spores, or you just want to talk about it, or you just want some capsules, just reach out. You grew some OG Kush, you pulled it early. Oh no. You're growing outside, Tay? Damn. I feel like if you're growing outside, I would really want to focus on making sure that you're tracking like where your sun like where your sun belt is, like where the sun is at the highest, and where your plant sits, just so it can get the maximum amount of sun. I would also want to look into some cocoa core. I know some people may not be aware of that, but that stuff is really great. Yeah, I do. I grow weed and mushrooms. I grow everything. I make my own RSO. I make a lot of cool stuff. It's exciting. I'm grateful. But yeah, no, I'm really, really grateful. But some stuff I don't make. Some stuff I do buy from the dispensary. I am a purchaser as well. I'm not a hater. This stuff I gotta tell y'all about before I go because honestly, this is some bad bitch shit. This is called RSO. It is something that you're gonna want to put in a cup of like hot water when you get it because it is extremely thick. If you notice, I'm gonna push on it. It's cold as fuck in this room. Not the coldest, but it's cold in here. So when I'm pressing on it, literally nothing is fucking coming out, friend. Like it's finally got something coming out. It is really thick. 1 grain of rice size, friend. That is all you need. I don't need any of this, so I'm gonna put some on my dabby. Or on my rollie. I do not need any of this right now. I'm good. I didn't even put that much on there. Those 2 little dots is all I put on there. I could be being a little bit crazier, but there's no fucking need to do that. I'm gonna be real with you. Smoking it is kind of goofy. It's just that it's so much better for you if you eat it or put it in your belly button. It's a waste to smoke it, but it can still be fun. That's the thing. But when you're using the RSO, you're using it for like cancer in the mouth. You're using it for lack of appetite. You're using it for cancer on the body, period. You can put it on a Band-Aid and put it anywhere on the body. You can make your own homemade Band-Aids, a homemade wrap. But it is helpful. Well, you used to make your own gummies? I'm so fucking jealous. Honestly, I don't make gummies. I definitely buy them. They're just cheaper to buy. They're cheaper to buy. And with that being said, I'm going to have one. These are the mango joints. They're so fucking tasty. The strawberry is my favorite. The mango's fine. But the strawberry, it's like slightly sour, but not really. It, like, you know how they be saying they're sour? And it's like, this ain't sour, bitch. RSO is weed. It's basically weed that's been cooked down in olive oil. And you cook it down in a crock pot. Sorry, I want to say rip. But yeah, you cook the weed down in a crock pot, and then you strain the leaves out with a cheesecloth, and everything that's left you suck up in a syringe. And I want to say it's shelf stable. I want to say it's shelf stable. I want to say it doesn't go bad. But you definitely want to store it in like a dark place. That's really cute. I love to hear that, Ada. No, I definitely do run my own dispensary. As I said, if you want to check me out, I'm on Instagram under this name that's on here on Instagram. But yeah, I definitely have been trying to share as much knowledge as possible. If you go on any of my Instagram channels, you'll see I have strain information. I have so much information. I try to lead with information because I never want to be the kind of person that just says, like, take this shit. Definitely not that energy. I try to ask as many questions as possible. Most of the clients that I have, when they reach out to me, I say, hey, what are you liking? What have you liked? Because I don't want to give them some new shit that they may not fuck with. I'd rather keep them enjoying what they like than try to put something on them. So that's my energy. It's like, what are you liking? Do you like to smoke? Am I on Blueski? I am. I don't remember what my fucking name is on there though. Lowest of keys. I don't remember my Blueski account. If you want to give me yours, I'll look you up. Word. Whoever wants to grow their own anything, let me know. I got seeds. I got everything. So reach out to me. I would love to support. And also if people need carts, patches, like there's somebody that hits me up for these transdermal patches by this. Sorry. There's this brand called Mary's Medicinal. They make these THC carts. Sorry. I'm like, damn, bitch, I did not know my face was fucking messy as hell. I was eating the fucking that barbecue sauce. Hold on. Pause. Ada Computer Witch, I'm crying. I'm gonna look you up for sure. Damn, where is all my but yeah, no, I definitely want to help people. I know that for me, having access to weed has changed my life in the best way possible. And I'm hella fucking grateful. While also having access to plant medicine, no. I thought he forgot his lunch. I'm such a girlfriend. I'm like, babe. Yo, that meatloaf I made was so fucking good. Please do. How much is rent? We're paying $1,000. It's not worth that. I feel like we're probably gonna go south and look for something for like 8. But we're paying $1,000 for like no room. We have no room in here. Like it's basically a giant square with like walls that divide certain places. But this person is like so greedy. Like the woman that owns the building that I live in, her dad left it to her as like a, wealth transfer, and she just chopped it up into 3 different units, and she cannot rent the upstairs because she chopped it up so fucking stupidly. Like even us renting this was dumb as fuck. Like people were like looking at this place for a while. You could tell. Like you could tell they just recently chopped it up. And then she made up some story about how there was a sex offender living here, and that's why she needed like that. Like that was like the story she was going with, which is weird as hell. Why would you tell us that there was a sex offender living here? And that you happened to look him up and like realized you didn't want him to. And again, I think she only kicked him out because I think she thought he's the reason why she can't rent the upstairs. No, the whole place is 1,000, but upstairs is apparently 1,000 as well. And then there's like a back area that she created as well. Like the house is supposed to house maybe 2 people. It's supposed to be like a 2-family house. Bitch turned it into a 3-apartment dwelling. She ain't shit for this. Word. Listen, us moving in here was a desperation act. Like we were basically like, we couldn't stay where we were. Didn't want to pay an extra $400. So it was really like we either pay an extra $400 or we take we take a place that's much smaller for $1,000. Rent for a 2-bed in Rhode Island is insane. Yeah, this is supposed to be a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's $1,000, which is crazy as hell. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm in a living room right now, but if somebody were to fart in the bathroom, I could hear them. If somebody was frying bacon right now, I could hear them. If I'm taking a nap and somebody's out here watching TV, I could hear them. Like, there's no doors. No, girl, I know, I'm crying. But no, literally, like, there's 2 doors for the bathroom. Like, that's how poorly constructed this place is. This place has 2 bathroom doors, which is insane. Like, you can tell that, like, they were trying to just make this into something, and it clearly was much bigger before. I want to cry. It's so hurtful. White people just chopping up houses. But I do think that me and Dane are going to move, like, somewhere like southern Michigan, just because it's cheaper down there, and we'll be closer to the south. So that's the plan, is to be close to the warmth. I hope it works out, honestly, but I know that this place is so fucking temporary. November, so that sucks. But I feel like, honestly, because we're so disgruntled, we're not like worried about getting too much stuff. Like we were trying to get a fucking free couch, but now I'm just like, I'd rather just wait to get the couch. I'd rather wait till we're about to move out. Like there's a part of me that feels like I don't want to get too comfortable here. Like it's not what I like, and I actually hate it. Like, and it's just, again, it's just the way that like everything's constructed. But like we had no choice. Like we had to move, and again, just like when you're desperate, like what you'll take. And this place is not what I like at all. I genuinely wish that I had had more time. But I think it worked out for what it is. No, true. Yeah, it's just like, again, it's like little things. It's like the stove here is like half the size of a regular stove. So all the cook times for everything are off. I can't bake anything new without like doing math. Like there's literally like it's like shit'll say 350. I gotta put that shit on 200. Shit'll say 200. I'll put that shit on 175. Like it's the way that like I just don't have everything I need. Also, the biggest burner on the stove broke like the day we moved in, and we did not want to talk to her about it. Like, and so we just haven't talked to her about it, which is really crazy, probably. But I'm gonna be real with you. We don't want to help her. We don't want to make it better in here. We really decided that we're just going to let this place keep falling apart. Because again, it's the way when we moved in. Like, she did not clean it. She did not make sure it was good. Yeah. So I cook on 3 little burners. That's all I have. I have 3 little burners, and the big burner is dead. Really sad. But again, there are things that I hate about this place. There are things I really fucking hate about this place, and I'm just really fucking grateful that I don't have to stay here. And again, the landlord lady, she is annoying, but she stays away. You're in a car camp? You're staying at your auntie's? Wait, 9, I have a question for you. Like, where are you exactly? Are you in Rhode Island? Because, like, there's gotta be, like, a queer exchange group. Like, dead ass. Gotta be. I want you to consider it. Because, like, I've actually found, like, a bunch of groups on Facebook that are queer-led, that are full of people that are trying to... You want to be word? Yeah, look, type in queer exchange Rhode Island or queer exchange whatever city you want to be in. But you might find there's some queer people out there that are already trying to find people to like maybe rent. You might find a hustle, a gig. Like you really never know. Like when I was first trying to find someone to help me with my business, like I went on this app called Lex, and I found someone to help me like run plants. So just want to be candid. Thoughts on pegging? Millions do it, and I'm grateful. I hear you. I feel like check out Lex, check out Queer Exchange, check out Buy Nothing, um, check out because there's this one that I just found. And if you were able to find like another state equivalent, might be fucking dope. Okay. It's called Community Skill. Damn. Where did you go? Community Skill. Community Skillshare. So type in whatever city or whatever state and type in Community Skillshare because I'm on the Southeast Michigan Community Skillshare. I believe this is a concept that other people have found in other states. So feel free to type in whatever city or state and then Community Skillshare, and you may find there's queer people that are offering skills to share. Like again, there are so many groups like this. Like and groups like this is how I got a bunch of clothes. Like I did a clothing swap video yesterday. I got hundreds of dollars worth of clothing, fat clothing, all because I went to a gay clothing swap. And I was thinking I was going to find some flamboyant clothing to be more daring. Found a bunch of fat clothing that were seasonal, appropriate, and also things that were for around the house. So again, there's layers to finding community, but it's definitely not easy. I would suggest the app Lex, Lex, but be mindful. There's some aggy ass white people on there. Just be covert on there. White people are really bugging on there. Just a PS. Yes, I am gay. Yes. You wish there was a queer exchange in Memphis. The queer community here is so lackluster. There's gotta be. There's gotta be. I'm gonna type in queer exchange Memphis and see what I can see. Let me see. Let me see. Where's the search bar? Damn, I fucking hate Facebook, low-key. It's so annoying. Memphis queer exchange. Alright, I found Memphis queer girls. I found Queer Exchange West Bloomfield. I don't know if that's helpful to you. That may not be helpful to you. Memphis, Tennessee, housing, rooms, apartment sublets. That may not be as helpful. Queer Exchange. I'm gonna type in Tennessee. You know what? It's not that I didn't trust you. I was genuinely just trying to be helpful. But you are not wrong. My God. Like not one thing. Like it's weird. It's the way that everybody else's queer exchange comes up when I'm looking for Memphis. It's the way I'm seeing Denver. It's the way I'm seeing Detroit, Chattanooga, Queer Empowerment Collective in Chattanooga. But yeah, no, I'm really not seeing anything in Tennessee really. God. That is fucking awkward. It makes you really wonder what's going on in Tennessee. It really makes you wonder. You know what's wild? I have some white friends that just moved to Chicago and they just bought a house, and it's like, dang. Like, I'm not trying to hate on them. I'm just like, dang. Meanwhile, most of my friends in Chicago are struggling. Whew. And it's the way that I can't even think of leaving this state because it's the cheapest state to buy everything I need. I really can't even imagine. Like, there is not a cheaper state to live in. There really isn't. I can't imagine it. I cannot imagine it. And even saying that, it's like it's not even just the price point in living out here. It's also the community. Like it's very much the kind of place where like everybody is broke as fuck. I shouldn't say that. People here are aware that like, sharing is a thing. Like I feel like it kind of reminds me of like California. Like I feel like living in California reminds me of out here a bit because it's the way that there's like free piles and shit. And I just feel like again, I feel like that's because I was in poor areas. Like I feel like only poor people really think like that. I feel like rich people, they don't want you to have their shit. White people, like rich people will fucking throw their nice ass shit away, or they'll like literally sell it, or they'll donate it for a tax rebate or some shit. They're not giving you their shit. And again, it's the way poor people will give you their shit because they got some new shit. Meanwhile, rich people will be like, how dare you? Get out of here. But not 4 weeks. Not Chi-Town. My goodness. Yeah, I lived in Chicago for a little bit, but I lived like right outside the city. And I barely went out. So I don't even be talking about it because I barely left the house. Detroit. Detroit is sexy. Detroit is sexy. Michigan is sexy, but I'll say this. I feel like because it's the proximity of Michigan to the south, the proximity of Michigan, just the history of Michigan, honestly. It's not a place that I would tell people to come visit unless you know somebody that actually loves you and protects you. Like that's where I'm at. Like if you came out here, friend, I'm gonna tell you what hotel to go to. I got your back. You feel me? I'm looking out. But I would never advise anyone. If anyone tells you they're going to Michigan and they don't know the person, I would just, ask them if they would like a friend to come with them. Again, if you care about them. but I just feel like it's not a place I would just come alone because I feel like, again, it's just too many moments with white people out here that let me know it's not the kind of place where you could just be out here. It's just really not. Like, there have been moments where, like, I've had white people do very awful things, and I'm just like, whoa, full broad daylight, fucking the witnesses again. It's just like I've been around different types of white people, I thought, but in retrospect, I think at this point in colonization, white people just know based on Donald Trump, not just him, but also just again the ways that white supremacy has been on people's neck, they have a chance to, elevate their pussy through violence. And a lot of them are choosing it. A lot of them are thinking, like, if I harm you, I will, I'll benefit in some way. And it's the way, like, a lot of white people are really not wanting to experience what they believe is only for black people to experience. And so there's just so many layers to this conversation, truly. Truly, but there's so much going on with oppressors, us non-black people. Like, we're the problem, but it's the way that black folks have been for a long time, trying to figure out, how to how like why they're not, and it's like, and that's not the question. Like, at this point, it's just very clear, like, white supremacy, capitalism, all of this shit is colluding against black people. It can never be black people, but getting non-black people to hear that, getting non-black people to hold that, like, black people never did anything to deserve this. So what next? And it's the way that, like, there has to be an attack on whiteness. And when people hear that, they think attack white people. They don't hear that whiteness is a system. They don't hear that you can be white and not look it. I've been white before. I might be white again. But I don't want anyone sitting up here thinking that whiteness and the behavior it takes to perform as white is relegated to just white people. Most people of color know that by now. Most people of color know that it's not just white people. But unfortunately, some people really think people of color, especially black folk who are colonized, who have internalized colonization, are the worst people, which is really frustrating because I have so much empathy for people who have internalized colonization. I know some people don't want to hear that, but I don't give a fuck. I feel like you can't do anything. You can't put me in jail for having empathy for people who have understood white supremacy to a point to where they believe that they must enact it. That's fucked up. That's harm. That's trauma. But people will think, oh no, that black person means me worse than a white person. The colonizer, man, the master is masterful, bitch. And again, it's the way that, like, when you pull back and you see this shit, you have so much more empathy for why there are black folks who absolutely are like, who knows what to do? Who knows what's the right thing to do? Because you could be harmed by somebody who's internalized white supremacy. You could be harmed by white supremacists. Be harmed by somebody who's well-meaning but in your space because white supremacy told them that they belong there. There's just so many attacks. I can't imagine ever being mad at anybody black for not being in a certain place or not having a certain demeanor. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Justice, I appreciate you. Oh, road trip with your sister? That's super cute. Exactly. No, California will really share. Oh, Boston is terrifying. I lived there with a partner. I could have never lived in Boston by myself. I always lived with a partner in Boston. And when I went to college, like, they paid for, like, my 3 years that I was in school in Boston, and they, like, apparently, like, if you're a ward of the state, you get a free college ride. But my school was a scam college. Love that for me. And so they never gave nobody their money back, which is really sad. Um oh, thank you so much, Justice. Live in Pittsburgh and it's diverse. Okay, cute. No, I went to New England. I went to the New England Institute of Art for graphic design, and they played us. Mm. Justice. Mr. Mitzes, thank you. Yeah, no, 9. Not a 45-minute interview. That's too much. I want to fight. Not 2016. I don't know. I don't know, friend. That's when I got dumped by Sydney, man. I would definitely not want to go back to that year of my life. Hell no. Hell no. That's the same year I went to Florida to go meet up with that crazy man. That's the same year I went to Kentucky. Hell no. I don't miss none of that shit. Not 10K. You know what? I think in the Discord I post about FERPA. There's like somebody just got their student loans pushed back to 2027. So there's a PS on that. I got a link if anybody cares about student loan repayment getting pushed back a couple years. Hit me up. Um, you know what? Some people have been breaking silence about how the pandemic has been hitting for them, and I was like, man, I'm so jealous. I'm so fucking jealous. Now, don't get me wrong, that little check was cute, but the pandemic being good for you, I don't know, babe. It's in links that take you places, but yeah, I can't agree. I just feel like I was trapped with a white man during the pandemic with his mama who hated me and his daddy who was a fucking loser. Like his dad was such a loser. Like I feel like that's the thing about it. Like his dad literally was the kind of man who like was just riding the coattails of a woman. And because he was such a loser, she lost all like respect for him and started to pour all of her energy into her son. Meanwhile, her son is a whole, separate human from her, but she don't feel that way no more because she don't got the same kind of relationship with her husband that she used to have when she was younger and obviously had way less on her fucking plate. Now that she's got her master's degree, now that she is a six-figure earner, like now that she has accomplished so much, she looks at this man. And also, I want to say his mama was a Scorpio. I didn't get into her birth chart. I hated her. And the daddy was a Taurus, which I thought was fascinating. I was like, what a combo. But yeah, the Scorpio mama hated my guts. And my ex was a Libra with a Scorpio stellium, which I think should tell you a lot. But, anyways, so he and his mom were enmeshed, but I feel like you don't know that a man is enmeshed with his mama at first. It does not seem like that. At first, it seems like he loved his mama. Like when you meet a man who's like mom is like very much, you know what I mean? Like yes, exactly. Don't like usernames. Say that shit. Absolutely no. Reddit has been a lifeline. Reddit has been truly a lifeline, but also Lipstick Alley. Like I feel like both of those resources are necessary, and I say that as someone that like really values listening to Black women. I'm listening to Black women on Our Black Ladies, but I'm also on Lipstick Alley because I feel like there's probably similar people on both sites, but I feel like Lipstick Alley feels very much like a smoking parlor. It feels like a place where Black women can really let their hair down, whereas on Our Black Ladies there are times where I do wonder, like, you know, like, is this person mixed and taking up a lot of space? You know, sometimes. No, sometimes Our Black Ladies really has me wondering, like, who's really commenting every now and then. Every now and then. No, you didn't miss the movie night. We absolutely never did the movie night. We tried to do it, but then bitches got caught up. I'm gonna try to hit up Ryan and see if like this weekend on Sunday she maybe wants to help do the game night because I don't know if anybody has ever played Jackbox games, but it's a way to play it's kind of like a way to play games with a bunch of people that aren't in the same place. And you can use Discord to have a mic so we can all talk to each other while we're playing. And it can be really fun. Yo, Tumblr's back. Tumblr's back. Go back on Tumblr for real. Like there are people on there, so many black Tumblr creators. Like there's a renaissance on Tumblr happening right now. It's really cute. Don't sleep, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Tumblr is back. People are back on there. People are in the messages. People are in the ats. Not your Tumblr got deleted. Make another one. Justice, damn, come back. Make another Tumblr. Why not? I'm sure you got cool stuff to share. I don't know about you, but Tumblr felt like a bedroom that you could like let people come and hang out in. And that's what I loved about it. I love that it felt like we were all like kind of like in our pajamas, like talking. Um, I am still marshmallow on there. Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. And my Tumblr is hilarious as fuck. Honestly, like I literally have been posting back on there a little bit, not much, but a little bit, just so motherfuckers know I'm still alive and shit. Not Yahoo porn. You're funny. I mean, but Minnie. But you know that now, you know? At the time, you were just merely existing. Think about where you're at now. Like, what a beautiful thing. Like, sometimes, like, I really, like, sometimes I see younger people doing, like, all types of shit. And I just think to myself, man, when they get a little bit older, they're going to be like, what the fuck was I on? Like, there's just moments where I just know, like, it's not on any of us to intervene. Like sometimes somebody gotta just go back into their catalog and like have that cringe moment. Like that's a big part of growth is realizing, whoa, I wouldn't have done that today. It's a beautiful feeling. Yeah, same, same. Honestly, like I've definitely had moments where I'm like, ooh, yikes. You know, really wish I wouldn't have said that. Really wish I wouldn't have reached out to that person on that type of time. Really wish I would have X, Y, or Z, and I just didn't. You deleted mine in like 2012. Oh damn. Word. Listen, I understand. I understand deleting things because you don't think that people are gonna be on them anymore, but I feel like it might be worth it to make one again. Again, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I feel like right now I'm liking Threads. I feel like Threads has been really one of the best apps just because I feel like there's so many people on there being chatty and fun, and there's just so many interesting creators on there. People just making jewelry and sharing it. Even baby mother selling her knitted wear. I want to buy a hat from her so bad. I don't know, bitch. I feel like I have a big ass head. I might need a custom. Oh, TikTok. See, you know what? I never had a TikTok. Like I made one, but I never like really invested in it. I never was on there looking around, talking to people, and I regret that. In ways just 'cause I feel like it's clearly like been a community staple. But in ways I'm grateful that I've been operating as like a listener, more than like anyone like really actively creating content. I feel like this is as much as I really care to do. But I am grateful for everyone that goes a little bit further and shares with us so abundantly because ooh, the internet is just interesting place and it feels like YouTube is a place to kind of curate um just your visual library. And I don't know. I just feel like I can't imagine where I'd be without YouTube. There's so much here that I'm grateful for, and I'm just, mm, mm, just feels like we're in a renaissance in some way. I'm crying. You know what though? What about Hellman Talk? Has anyone heard of that? A bunch of black creatives created a school on TikTok, which I think is really fucking amazing. Like I feel like as much as I don't care about TikTok that much, I am really grateful that it exists because clearly it is a function for indigenous activity. And I think that that's what I think about with YouTube. Like YouTube is a way for us to hear from people that we may never have met. And I know TikTok is that on a smaller scale and like micro information, but I don't know. Like there's a part of me that feels like long format feels like it might be more ethical for our brains. I could be wrong, but there's just something about the short format that just feels kind of like like I feel a little bit battered. Like I feel a little shaken after some of the content feels so quick. Whereas if someone is like sitting there and like telling me some information, yeah, no, I can't. Like I can't even fuck with reels. Like I really can't even. It's so hard. I think that's why I stay away from TikTok, because like I was already on fucking Instagram, man, and Instagram they are pushing them things so quick. Yeah. No, they're like chips. It's so easy to get caught up. I have to actively remove myself. It gets so hard. Like I want to watch them all, bro. I want to watch every little video. Man, like it is really crazy how much I want to watch all these little videos, man. Fuck around and lose an hour of your damn day watching a bunch of micro content. Wild. Again, I understand why people do it. It feels like they're being productive. And I feel like that's the thing about capitalism, right? We're always trying to find ways to like maximize our time. I really feel like that shit is so fucking sick. Damn. No, Hellman talk turned into something crazy. That's so sad to hear. I'm gonna do a deep dive on that on YouTube. Thanks, Boo. Yeah, and retain none of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some short format content that like I used to collect TikToks. Like I wasn't on TikTok, but I would download them if somebody shared them on like a long format video. I would find out the creator, download the video, and keep it with me. Because again, it's the way that like some short format TikToks, it's just there's just times where I know I want to say something to someone, but this video gonna do it better than me. And I'm so fucking grateful. I'm so fucking grateful that people, specifically black people, take the time to make content so that the rest of us can just be like, please shut the fuck up. Listen to somebody black say something, please. Please listen to someone black, please. Because again, it's the way that in the comment section tonight, it's like, babe, like it's the way that all the black folks in the room were being very clear. You know what I mean? Again, it's the way that if somebody was bothering to listen to somebody black, there were a lot of conflicts that would not have unfolded. But the lack of being willing to listen, the lack of engaging, and how much you really don't know, and you should stay teachable. That is a part of light skin and white delusion. Like we really do be thinking like we have something to add, or our question is gonna get us to is gonna move us forward when really it's time to listen. And again, I've been talking for a long fucking time. I'm about to dip, but I appreciate y'all for listening to me and holding space for me. Sometimes we need the short form content to prove a point or just to make shit make sense. True. Again, I don't feel like the short form content is like, it's there's a lot of things we could say, but I think what bothers me is that it just feels like we can't control time, right? Like we've been like time has been forced on us, money has been forced on us, and so some stuff just feels abusive. You feel me? That's where I'm at. Like especially like oh my god, the ads have been so bizarre. The ads, the amount of ads, it's just like, whoa. And again, it's the way that, like, at this point in humanity, capitalism, how many more ads can you show us? How many more things do you want us to buy? And again, it's frustrating when you know you need to spend money on like survival and they're constantly bombarding you with shit that you'll never be able to afford. That is Orwellian as hell that I'm trying to watch my show in bed rot and you need me to watch 5 minutes of commercials per motherfucking show? Sweetie, I'm not buying any of this stuff, please. And again, the way they're like, give us some money and then we'll leave you alone. The scam of it all. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Right. No, but again, it's also the way that like they're showing you the ads being like, oh, that's what makes it free for you to watch the show. Then why are we paying for the streaming service? Like, girl. Oh, Sunkissed Beauty, thank you for saying that. Sunkissed Beauty, you know what? I'm about to follow you back. Thank you so much for being here. Sunkissed Beauty, I'm gonna find you. Wait, hold on. I'm wondering if I click on your name, can I get the whole user? Damn. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna find you. Sunkiss Beauty, thank you for shouting yourself out. You better, bitch. I'm proud of you. Ads are insane. Exactly. 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 All of it. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for being kind. Thank y'all for chilling with me. Hope it's a good night. I hope it's a good night for real. For all of y'all. It's been a wild time to be alive, right? But I hope it's a good night. Bye. Ooh. Ada, thank you. Thank you, Ada. Thank you, everyone, for participating tonight. Good night.